together. From being a sewer necromancer to becoming a recognized arcane panasophical member on a new frontier of wizarding. Um, and the rest as a great example of how far you guys have come. Even for some of you, just kind of two copper adventurers, maybe simple circus music. Well, not so simple circus musicians at all, actually. Highly trained Fey extraplanar musicians. So Nyx is the only one who's really just like not really gone higher because they were already up here. They just kind of like traded careers is all. But for the rest of you, have gone from zero to hero, baby. You guys are recognized by the Tal'Dorei Council. You guys are the go-to people when there's trouble that needs doing. For Allure of Isuran, you guys have affiliations with various factions, new friends, strange animals, and who knows what else going on. And most recently, what was going on for you was the delve into Thordax Crater, the annual delve to wipe out the land sharks, the magma land sharks inside to create some safety for Amon, and to take your fill of the treasure, whatever treasure you could fill in. Admittedly, there probably should have been some rule about how many people you can bring in and out, but you know what? We are where we are, and you guys are all the wealthier for it. You brought a small army into Thordax Crater. Um, you took down some land sharks, but you also crept around a couple of others, but got away with life and limb, which is fantastic. Took no small amount of the treasure, and also had a very strange encounter with this Freedy slaver from a plane beyond, deep in the depths of Thordax Crater, who was taking gold for himself. Um, his name was a mouthful. A mouthful that I fully intend to give you as soon as I'm done stalling here for everything out loud. Yes, you all met an individual who named Aquim, who is known as, or he's the servant of Sulamar Alcazar, the Ember Lord, who seems to have some recognition of Estrix. Had to have some. They seem to have some altercation, and it was able to be ended non-violently, but it was a rather strange encounter. Yeah, and that's where I'll leave it. But anyway, you guys exited. You have gained great wealth. You were greeted with great applause. You went out drinking. At a certain point, you guys used your banner of the Pantheon for the first time in combat, and Moradin, the god of craft and clan, helped to defend you, and in his honor, you went out drinking with some dwarves that night. And that is all she wrote. So we pick up the session today with various hangovers, and with great and wealthy success. There's probably quite literally, like in wherever you decide to store your gold, a swimming pool of jewels, treasures, and whatnots. It has been a successful day for all of you. Congratulations. This has been fantastic. Okay, I have your little treasure hoard here. And hey, Glint, you have identifier, right?
I do.
Would you have liked to have taken a couple of hours to identify all of the objects, gemstones, art objects, and so on and so forth, to see what might be magical?
Or would absolutely.
You have liked... Okay, excellent. So,
Glenn's like, no.
I'm in there like a termite in a log cabin.
So we'll say that you guys all wake up this morning, and Glint, we'll say that you've used a detect magic just to kind of pick out what might be magical, and that way we can have a more fun presentation here at breakfast as people kind of come in after a night of celebration. Incredible. You guys all settle down, and have a little breakfast. Yes, good day.
I just want to be clear. So we've been out partying all night and celebrating, and that's where we're walking in. Oh, man, it's like It's like Mardi Gras. Excellent. It's the perfect time of year for it.
All right, excellent. So we will say Glint sits down as you guys all are nursing various headaches and such, and puts down a number of objects in front of you. Glint, as you go through the identify process, I will tell you what you find.
Delightful.
All right, I'm gonna get the stats for some things. So I will tell you what the objects are in front of you, and you may choose what you want to identify first. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So there is a crystal ball. There is a ring. There are bracers. There is a ruby necklace. There are a pair of boots. There's a whip and a strange figure, a strange like little animal or creature figurine.
I'm gonna ponder the orb first, Captain.
Of course, ponder the orb. You ponder the orb and find that you are holding, after a quick identify or identify ritual, a glyph. Oh my god, your name's in my head. Drift globe. There it is. There's a number of functions for this uncommon, non-attunement magical item. And as it's in your hand, you see light whizzing around the interior. It allows you to cast light or the daylight spell, your choice. Weighs 1 pound. And that's pretty much it. It just kind of floats by you and provides light of various measures.
Very useful. Does anyone want a mobile lamp?
Does anyone lack dark vision? Everyone's got it.
What loser doesn't have dark vision? That really is
None
like.
of us. Crickets.
We used to have humans, but they all died.
Beverly, do you want a light? Can you see in the dark?
Beverly does have her spear also.
I do have the spear, yeah. So, but you asked if I had dark vision. I wanted to be honest.
I mean, honestly, having light on hand, even if you can see in the dark, is handy.
Yeah.
Nocturnal, sort of all, monochrome. What if there's a color-coded message, like a danger orange sign, or something yellow? I don't know.
You want to keep
Ember
the
says,
ball.
I love that song. I love that song.
Good song.
And books are easier to read with actual light as opposed to dark vision.
Especially if there's pictures.
So to Beverly the light then?
Absolutely.
Wow, I'm becoming like a light. I'm like, wow. I've got like a light spear and a light globe and then a cool banner. Cool. Very cool.
Light up our days.
Welcome to being a paladin.
Yeah. And she'll take the drink globe. Cool. I'll mark that down as a Beverly item. I didn't expect that.
Let's check out the bracers.
All right. You identify the bracers and you look them over and you recognize through your magical talents that these are bracers of archery.
Uh-oh.
Interesting. These seem to be mostly for those that want to be or already are marksmen of some kind.
Yes, but it is specific though. While wearing the bracers, you have proficiency with longbows and shortbows, and gain a +2 bonus to all damage rolls made with such weapons. So it is for bows specifically. You will notice that these are like elven in design. They are. And I'll tell you what, Glint. I'll say from your keen eye, it looks very Singorian. They're probably made in Singorn. So for bowmen.
Yep.
These are quite nice.
Ever that Bible.
They're very impressive. I'm willing to pass.
I don't think they work for crossbows. I think it was just short bows and long bows, so I can't use them either.
I mean, I could use a bow, but I don't carry one.
We
Would
can
you
fix
want
that.
to? These impart some measure of skill with them, if I'm reading these glyphs correctly. If anyone wants to take up archery as a hobby, now's the time.
That's true. Nix, you could become like an epic bowman in this moment if you wanted to. If you had a mind to.
Katniss Everdeen. Who?
Can they though? I don't know that they can. I think it's only I don't think the
Well,
Yeah.
the bracers give proficiency as well
The
as
bracers
the
give
other.
like you can.
proficiency.
Oh, so you can
Yeah.
learn.
Mhm.
Yeah,
All
when you
right,
put
all
them
right.
on, you suddenly have a perfect knowledge of how to use a longbow or a short bow.
Yeah.
All
They
right,
are
I'll learn.
attunement, right?
That's very
to-
Elven, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh,
Uh,
The
yeah.
struggle.
I got a lot of attunement going on here. I don't know. I'm a fool. I'll learn. I'll learn. We can use that. I might need
Excellent.
it later on.
All yours.
Thank you.
Just checking. So either as a matter of like monetary equivalence, we have to split this 35%, 65% as well. So am I understanding that correctly? It's just we can make it up in whatever? Or is this all
Full claim
The
to-
ours?
magical
to magical.
items.
Oh,
Mhm.
tasty.
delicious.
Let's take a look at these rubies. See what's going on here.
The ruby necklace.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It does.
You identify it as a parapet of wound closure. While wearing the pendant, you gain the following benefits: life preservation. Whenever you make a death saving throw, you can change the roll of 9 or lower to a 10, turning a failure into a success.
Oh.
And when you roll a hit point die to regain hit points, double the number of hit points restored. So essentially, like, you can't die unless someone actively stabs you while you're on death saves.
Mhm.
And you do really good on short rests.
It's
It is a
lovely. I quite enjoy mine.
For the discerning customer who, doesn't want to die.
You know, that's important.
Purpose is to
For
keep you alive.
mechanic's sake, I can't remember. Is that an attuned piece?
I think
Yes.
so.
It is.
Mhm.
Because I
Qiro,
was I was wondering if that might be an insurance piece for Zarvolg's upcoming shenanigans.
Yeah,
That's a good
I was-
idea.
that's important.
I really will say, I mean, you could put it on Fen. It'd be a nice collar.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
That's
true.
perfect.
No, it's perfect.
That's-
It's perfect. Thank you.
that's
I love it.
brilliant.
Excellent idea.
That's so cute to run around with a
She
little ruby
like isn't
necklace.
good. She's like falls out of the wall, Looney Tune style, as everyone's like, yeah, the sonic waves thunder throwing across the room.
That's the perfect
Oh, yeah,
idea.
Yvain like lunges at her with a big old hug. Like that was perfect.
Wait. You're putting a ruby necklace on the dog.
The dog
Oh,
that has
yes.
snakeskin boots and minotaur horns coming out the front of his armor. Yes,
The
we're
most
putting these on the dog.
stylish dog in
I
all of
mean-
Emon.
If you want me to, instead of a collar, I could probably figure out a way of setting it into the armor. Up to you, but
I
why
mean,
not?
Even
It
a
would-
collar, even a collar would be nice. Could we not do a drapey necklace?
I can
Yeah.
set it into a collar.
fancy.
Just
I
do-
would worry
just do
that
it.
in.
Just do it. Just do it.
Next
Be
big enough. I don't
fancy.
think it'll be
Just do
drapey.
it.
All right, so no, but my only concern is that, like in melee, it could be damaged, right?
True.
Because things go for its neck. That's why we wear a collar. So, like, would it be better to at least set it in the necklace so it's not dangling about like a turkey's wobble?
Right.
I
Probably. I mean,
suppose.
Could be.
look, I'm 4'1.5". People are always aiming for my center mass.
I'll tell you what. Does anybody like try putting it on Fen just to see if like it works?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's
Yeah.
not attuned because it's a dog.
Okay, you put on the parapet. Fen kind of puts on. you'll notice that the thin dangly gold chain suddenly like grows to be almost like a Mr. T style like big giant gold chain. It tightens, tautes across the neck, and then in the actual ruby gemstones, it'll say Fen across it.
Oh, come on. Now how am I going to live with him?
Now I'm worried what would happen if one of us put it on. Would we also have a little tag?
It's perfect. We can't do anything else to it now.
Yvain is going to cast a quick speak with animals and say, Fen, you look so sharp. Do you like it?
He kind of like wiggles his head around and like itches the side of his neck with the back of his foot. He goes, yeah, I think I do.
It's great. It's going to keep you from dying. I do my best, but it's nice
I
to
don't
have
want to die.
Exactly. That's what the necklace does. It keeps it from happening. All right. Zarvolg, he likes it.
Yeah. Do you feel nice and fancy now?
He just like looks at you like you can't talk to him, but he just like looks at you,
Right.
just like fen-faced. It's like a little slobber.
It's fine. Give it to him. Whatever.
All right. Well, while you get that fit on to the good boy there, I'm going to take a look at this ring. Delightful cure for my anger.
Next one is a ring of water walking.
Oh, that's handy.
You can probably guess what it does.
You can use this to take water on a walk. Oh, no, sorry, I misread. You can walk on
you
water.
beat me to it. You're fast. You are fast today, isn't it? But it's this silver. It is this beautiful silver ring that is like embellished and layered with like water-like imagery around the ring, and in between all the sort of like waves are these like small, maybe aquamarine gemstones that kind of lace between the waves of the ring. It's a very fine piece of jewelry.
So, above the table, if you don't have the ability to do that, I believe a number of us do.
I was going to say, above table, I have water walk as a spell, and it covers 10 other people besides, like 10 creatures.
God dang.
You know, we can also, if we don't have an immediate use for something, we can put it in like tack resources and consider selling it or some such. We don't.
I wouldn't mind. Actually,
perfect.
There's also the point that if any of these, like, you're like, oh, they're cool, but we don't need them, you could just, like, put them aside for, like, a great gift for somebody if you decide to go do some.
Let's do that with
shit,
let's do that with the
perfect.
bracers, honestly, because Nyx
Our
has
gift-
so much attunement shit. They really.
Our gift closet is going to be so extravagant.
Oh yeah, but that's
here, Finch's dad. We gave you this gift, a whip. Good luck with your new date.
Oh, I do
Oh,
worry that
no.
if that says the wrong
Well,
thing,
this took an ugly turn.
actually, we should. I thought we agreed we were keeping it PG-13.
So
Wait,
what
did
you're
I-
saying is, I have your consent.
Let's just feeling spicy tonight. Okay.
Glint's on one. I like it. All right, what's next?
Let's take a look at the whip. We only have 3 more things left.
All right, let's whip it. Oh, fuck. That was a mistake. I'm sorry. That was on the
Oh. It puts a red flower pot on your head upside down.
Yeah. oh boy. All right. You find yourself in possession of the inescapable lash. This braid cord is a dull bronze in color and ends in a splayed set of 3 barbs. And it gleams like metal under any light. You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon, and you have a reach of 20 feet. When you hit a creature or object using this whip, you can attempt to grapple the target as a bonus action. While you have the creature grappled with this whip, you can use your action to either pull the creature up to 20 feet towards you or cause it to be restrained until you let go of the whip. A creature restrained in this way can escape by making a successful athletics or acrobatics check as an action. The DC of the check is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength modifier. So basically, 20-foot range, plus 1 weapon, grapple.
Lord. Whips are a
Martial
martial
wielders,
weapon,
where
right?
are you?
Someone should have that.
Yep, lashes. Whips are light finesse weapons. So my dex dual wielders. This is for you.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Qiro,
Hilariously enough, I cannot.
you can't use a whip.
I don't think so.
Aren't you a fighter?
I am.
Well,
So
then
you can grapple in things. That would be useful for you.
I can.
you should be able to use a whip.
I imagine the tricky part is using it with the trident.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the conjunction with other things because it's either the trident or the dual wielding thing.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean I can't carry it. I just would have to pull it out.
It's not, if you want to have it, by all means. It's not bad to have a backup weapon, I've been told. Zarvolg has at least like 6.
And it may have some other utility uses. Swinging on board a ship or
Right.
other fancy conjunctions.
It
Say, for
is
instance,
like
you
there
need
is an
to get
argument
away
it
from a
could be-
giant boulder.
Get Indiana
It
Jones
is-
with it.
there is an argument that it could have certain grappling hook-like properties within 20 feet. It's true.
Hook shot.
I mean, if you can pull someone towards you,
Qiro could do some Batman shit. I kind of dig that.
What if we tie a grappling hook on the end of it?
well, it already has it. It has
Oh yeah. Oh, it has
it's
the
got
bar.
Take
barbs.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're offering it up, I'll take it.
Yeah, by all means.
By all
Alright,
means.
an inescapable lash to Qiro, the proud owner of a. I've wanted a whip character in one of my games so bad, but they
Oh, really?
It's a
I have
very
lots of
cool
dual-wield, like
weapon.
sword and whip with a
well
fighter
rogues,
at some
dude.
point.
They're finesse weapons, man.
You need a
They're
tiefling if you want to do it right.
Yeah, tiefling whip rogue. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna make a legendary whip for your character for Sabrosa, just for the end of the game, just to so you can whip Tiamat.
That
You've
would
been a
be
very
pretty
bad
cool.
goddess, haven't you? All right, what's next?
Boots.
Oh yeah, you ready for these bad boys?
Do they have fur?
Ooh.
They do not. These dark leather boots look to be of common make, but a subtle pattern of swirling storm clouds upon the soles suggests the potency of its enchantment. These are the Storm Rider boots. They are non-attunement, wondrous items, rare. You can activate these boots as part of your movement, gaining the following benefits till the end of your turn. A fly speed of 90 feet, opportunity attacks against you have disadvantage, and whenever you move within 5 feet of a hostile creature, they must make a DC 15 dex save or take 3d8 lightning damage. A creature can't be damaged in this way more than once a turn, and once this property is used, it can't be used again until the next turn.
Oh, those are so fucking cool.
Oh,
Right.
those scream Zarvolg.
Zarvolg has
Yeah,
to
they
have
do.
that. Who gets his current cloak?
Storm Lord Zarvolg.
To be fair, I'll stick to what I said earlier, which is Zarvolg has plenty of magical items. Those would be cool for Zarvolg, but if somebody else wants them,
Right. So, and this is the rest of the party saying. So that's for Zarvolg. Who gets Zarvolg's cloak? Because Zarvolg's cloak that he's currently wearing is hella
Yo,
cool.
give it to Qiro. Qiro's got a grappling hook. Make her Batman. Let's go.
are they? Oh, this is a cloak. It's not boots. I thought it was boots.
Oh,
No, these are boots. I think they're.
oh, sorry. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, these are
Misunderstood.
boots.
You
Oh,
can
perfect,
do
yeah.
it now.
I do have a pair of Elvenkind boots on that someone could have if they want.
Yeah, you'd have to flip them out. Who wants to be stealthy? If you're flipping them out.
If no, there are two. These boots are attunement items. Yeah,
No, they're not.
Yvain could
Yeah.
use them. If
Yeah.
nobody else wants them, yeah, Yvain will take them. Are you serious? Yeah, bring them.
Yeah. Like, I'd use them in a
Zarvolg,
heartbeat, but I just don't see a lot of
Yvain
reasons that they would.
Shoves you over
Here.
and starts ripping the boots off your feet.
If he doesn't want them, do you want them? If you want them, they're yours. If
Are
you
you
don't
saying-
want them, I'll take them.
Are you taking my boots of Elvenkind or are you taking the storm boots?
What's of Elvenkind?
Yes.
You're taking the storm boots.
Yeah, you've got the storm boots.
Oh yeah, you can have my boots of Elvenkind.
Thank you.
I mean, they smell like my hobgoblin feet, but
Oh.
I don't think she minds.
That's not
She
a
knows
part
what
of the
those smell like
enchantment.
already.
She has them to Ember.
No,
Would you?
those are all
Prestidigitation. We
natural.
can fix that.
We've
Hey,
Ember has
it may
been
take a couple.
prestidigitated.
It may take a couple castings, Ember. That's a pretty intense smell in there.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah. Work on those a little bit. Shouldn't take too long. Okay, and shall we do the last one?
Yeah, the
Figurine.
Yeah, you get this little figurine out, this little dinky figurine of some kind of like weird shape. It's it's not like nothing. It's not a creature you've ever seen before. A little weird. It's oh my god, come on. Sorry, working on it. Come on, you fucking fuck, work with me here. There we go. Okay, you take this strange thing out, and it is something called a prehistoric figurine of wondrous power. This is a carnelian triceratops, which means that if you speak the command word, which you learned with the identify spell, the figurine will turn into a triceratops for 6 hours and can be ridden and mounted, but it only happens once every 10 days.
Hey, I think this is my horse.
oh,
I mean, you could have like a skeleton war party on the back. It's true.
Forget
enough.
Craghammer, go!
We're gonna have to get you a howdah.
Yeah.
And next one are the Howdah guns. Oh God. If I'm allowed to take this, I'll happily do so. I don't want to step on any toes, especially with the two of you changing boots over there.
As long as it's you and not the Triceratops stepping on toes, we may be okay. By all means.
Oh yeah. This is from the Big B's Giants book, right?
This is from the Big Beast Giant book. That's
I
right.
love the items in that book so much.
Yeah, me too. They're awesome.
Triceratops.
Yeah, and then Glint, you identify it, and I will say through the identify, you kind of learn what you learn that at least it's like a huge creature. It's a big creature. But you don't know what a triceratops is other than it's like a huge creature that looks kind of like the figure. So you imagine it's pretty impressive, but you've never seen one before. You've never heard of one before.
Hey, I think this is some sort of like a bald goat. Like those variety cats that people have that are just little potato things, but bigger. It should look pretty cool.
It'll be Gumbo. Gumbo says, "You should try it, Father. I desire to see our newest family member."
I'm very
Sure,
curious myself, honestly.
Should we step outside and see
No,
what
do it
comes
right
out
here.
of this?
Oh, definitely not inside.
Oh, no fun.
Yeah, and Glint's gonna pluck up this little carnelian figurine and just walk out to the front of the road outside of the building.
The code word is "I have the power."
I have the power.
And in this moment, the little thing sort of you kind of throw it on the ground. You're like, "I have the power," and it sort of shakes for a little bit, and then it kind of little cartoon, its leg becomes big, then its other leg becomes big, then its head, then its tail, then its body, and then it eventually it all comes together as this huge 3-horned shield-laden headed creature with a massive bulky just battering ram of a reptilian monster creature appears with a beak and kind of roll out across the streets of Amon, and people are like, and some kids are like, "Cool, Mom," and they're like, "Granddaddy," but it is still a carnelian creature. If this triceratops still retains this almost like super opaque slightly tarnished red color.
Ooh. Oh, we're going to get on wonderfully when I.
Yeah, it looks down and you kind of at you.
Yeah. Glint's going to like waddle on up and just sort of start trying to scratch it along like the bottom of the chin, right against where it meets the neck and the seam of the stone.
Make me a animal handling check. Let's see if it likes you.
Alrighty, here's hoping. All right. Animal
I'll
handling.
give it to you at advantage, as I believe it's supposed to basically like it's supposed to be friendly to you anyway.
Oh hell yeah! That's an 18.
Yeah, you kind of like touch its snout, like the front of its scaly, hard hide body, and yeah, it seems to. It doesn't shy away from it. It seems to like it. It seems to be friendly to you.
Oh, excellent. We need to name this delightful creature. I'm gonna go with Carney.
Gumbo says, "Oh, like a soup, like a carny soup, like."
Oh, no, because Carnelia.
Oh, I thought we were going for like a food thing. But it's fine.
I mean, I could try and go for a soup thing.
No, it's fine.
Also, she's here for the next 6 hours, so.
She's lovely.
Qiro's just kind of lean over and whisper to whoever's next to her, "What kind of goats do y'all have around here? Because you said furless goat."
It's goat-like.
Goat-esque.
Adjacent.
Dwarves can't see that well. He'll never know the difference.
Again,
Well,
what kind of goat is that? I lived at sea my whole life. That's not a goat. I don't know what that is.
It's the best goat ever.
What kind of goats do you have at sea?
None.
okay.
Exactly.
It's going to be around for 6 hours. I think the first order priority, since we have the time, is one, you ride it all the way to the saddle maker, have them take the measurements and make you the saddle.
I'll be
yes,
honest.
that's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
And along the way, you can sell rides to the parents of the children who are going to gather about, for 5 silver a go, and turn a profit enough to probably pay for the saddle.
That is the hope.
Carney, as she's been dubbed, at this point is lumbered over to the big garden full of vegetables off to the side and kind of and like clops its teeth down and like eats like 3 of them in one bite, like right out of the dirt. And your furball gardener, and then we sort of comes over and she goes, "Excuse me, ma'am." And Carney looks over at Ellen. We just kind of goes, "That's not yours." And sort of walks away.
But look at her eyes. She's a gentle creature.
Ellen, we looks between you and the.
Excuse me a second. We'll do create food and water. It's enough to feed 4 horses or 1 dinosaur. There you go.
1 dinosaur. There you go. You create all these vegetables, and the triceratops happily starts munching it up. Like, this will be gone in probably like 5 bites. Like, it's a big boy, a big girl, and she. Some of it falls on the side of her lips like a hippo, and she kind of eats it up, and it takes like less than 2 minutes, and it's all gone.
I'll hip Fen a little bit and point at the dinosaur and be like, "You notice how it's not wearing a big sparkling necklace?"
Yes.
Right.
And its horns are bigger than yours.
Yes. It's not supposed to go into battle though. It's more like one of the horses, right? Nobody's putting a necklace on Broom's neck.
Oh wow! It
Yes.
just even specifies this figurine becomes a triceratops and can be ridden as a mount.
Yeah, it's basically like it's a mount, it's a mount. Beep 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 boop. But this
They
bad
knew
boy,
what
I
these
mean,
are.
in fairness, like you look at this creature and like this is like nature's answer to a tank. Like this is very much capable of combat.
I wonder if we could put armor on her.
Do you want to be carrying that much armor?
Well, I don't know if we put it on her, would it go down whenever she turns back into a little rock again, or would it simply just clunk on the ground whenever she was getting smallified?
We'll find out with the saddle.
Fair point.
Wait, who's this?
My guess is that you're going to be carrying a saddle.
That's not the Furbolg, is it? Who's this in front of us?
Oh, that's the Furbolg who is like, excuse me.
Okay.
Very sexy Furbolg.
Yeah, she's a very sexy Furbolg. She's a sexy gardener.
No, I love that. I really do.
Like sun hats and exposed bellies, okay?
And Glint's gonna start riding Carney or Miss Carnival, if you want to be proper.
Carney
the stable.
like lays down on her big stomach, and you kind of scramble up on top of her, and she stands back up to her like 15-foot height, and you're king of the world.
This is what it's like to be the tallest.
Right.
This must be how Goliaths see every day.
Welcome to the real world.
It's so perfect.
Above the table, Qiro, what do you have going on exactly? What are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Fighter, warlock, multi-class.
Oh my. Well, that's a lot. Okay. Can you fly?
Not presently.
All right. And,
I can swim real well.
And
I don't do so good here.
I guess on the table, I'll give a look at what Qiro has on. Are they wearing a lot of magical items currently?
No, I don't. No. She doesn't have the trident out right now, so the only magic thing is the cloak of protection that we bought before we went into the smoldering crater full of magma.
Oh,
Can never do that again.
The one slot I was going to help out with, unfortunately. All right. Next, what do you got on?
I have one too. A cloak of protection.
Really? All right.
Yeah, we got that when we realized I was basically naked on the battlefield.
Yeah, no, they really needed it.
In this moment, you look across the street. You see a big Gilmore's banner that is like Carsey, sort of scantily clad in like a cloak of protection. It says "Glorious Gilmore," or, Gilmore's glorious goods, cloak of protections, 40% off, something like that for a limited time only, something like that.
Right, fair enough. I guess I would just tuck this away. And he puts his cloak of the bat to the side. Actually, he puts it in a big case with like, track lights shining on it like Batman.
Nice.
Ink's on a mannequin.
Oh, it was such a glorious times, that big bat. You guys notice that outside, you see that a number of Alabaster Lyceums, like students, have gathered outside of your house and are all like taking notes of the Triceratops, and they're like, polymorph, and they're just like observing the Triceratops, basically.
Yvain's going to come up and say hello to them.
Okay.
That's fair.
They're like, oh yeah, hi, how's it going? It has 3 horns, and they're all just they're just like studying out of observation this Triceratops.
Isn't Fen wearing a saddle of the Cavalier?
I don't think so.
No, I will tell you where the saddle of the Cavalier is. The saddle of the Cavalier is with Finch, isn't? No, Zarvolg has it.
Oh.
It's on Broom.
Oh,
It's on
Oh
Broom.
yeah, it's on
valid.
the horse. Yeah, your poor horses that are just been standing in the stable.
The horses that are definitely real.
Actually,
they're all, like,
no.
emaciated from misuse
Yeah.
or not.
That's
I
not
can-
my. That's actually not my understanding. When we've spoken in the past, Imana's so big. I thought anytime we went anywhere, we went on horseback. That was sort of established at the beginning. Otherwise, Yvain would have done something different.
Okay, sure.
I figured when we went around. Otherwise, it's a huge city. It takes forever to get anywhere.
How big is it?
What? How big is what?
The city.
There's no actual scale for how big the city is, so who can say?
I will say I've specifically said before that when they get back into town, Zarvolg does specifically visit Broom and ride him outside of the city gates.
Awesome.
Oh,
Why? But okay.
very cool. Yeah, there's no scale for the city, so it is what it is.
Really big.
It's a metropolitan city, so it's probably on. I mean, to borrow above table, it's probably on the order to scale of Waters Deep. Which
I
is
wouldn't put it at Waterdeep. Waterdeep's huge. Don't you think?
Oh,
I'd
really?
say Waterdeep is massive.
the top-down view of Oman kind of gives me that same feel.
Yeah.
With all the quarters and where the walls are.
It's a
But-
population apparently of about, I think, 280,000.
Mhm.
So it's a little bit larger than like 1600s London.
Let's check by population because Waterdeep is pretty. Probably figure it out that way.
That's fair.
That's a good way to kind of get a general essence.
Oh, I see. So
Oman
wildly
is,
different numbers in Waterdeep. Wow.
It's about 360,000 people. 365,000 people.
So about 2/3 the size of Waterdeep.
Not small.
No, not small. Waterdeep is a population of 2 million.
Oh, so like
Oh.
Yeah,
it's like a seventh or a sixth the size of Waterdeep.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so
Okay.
it's on the order of scale of like maybe Baldur's Gate then.
Yeah, getting there. I look at this and this looks to me like around the size of like the dock district of Waterdeep. A little bit. Like a little bigger, but I don't know. It's big, but it's not like you could walk it like you probably do like
Mm-hmm.
2 laps in a day. Probably
Yeah.
more if you wanted, I would
So like
imagine.
1600s London was about 1 square mile, and that was a population of 200,000. So assuming double that, you're looking at basically 2 square miles, roughly. You can get around on foot. It's not
You can
terrible.
get around on foot easy enough.
You can
You
see
mean
out it.
Yvain would have been riding just to hang out with her horse.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, I've
In
been assuming that she
style.
was. So
Right. And Zarvolg rides to look cool.
Fair enough.
The
Gotta
best
look cool.
reason.
Well, you aren't going to look as cool as a dwarf in heavy armor riding
Oh
around
my
on
God.
Triceratops.
Baldur's Gate is actually about 3 times
How
smaller
hurtful can
than
you
Amon.
be?
It's 115,000 at most. So it's got about a third the size of Baldur's Gate is a third the size of Amon.
Interesting.
So yeah, pretty big. Still pretty big city. Definitely still
Yeah.
a pretty big city.
It'd be like a suburb in the modern day.
Exactly. There you go.
listen, mounted now is something else, right? Because we've got Broom, and then we've got the fancy warhorse that Yvain is on, and then we've got the fire genasi on a flying carpet. And then we've got the dwarf on a triceratops.
Once a 10-day.
Yeah, once every 10 days. Yeah.
I'll look so cool. I can ride my Lamborghini once every 10 days. It's not a rental, I promise.
Okay.
I'm not renting.
Oh no. Oh, my imagination.
Yeah, Glint's gonna go look into purchasing a saddle. I think he might actually be heading towards Gilmore's.
Like, to be clear, quite a few people could sit on the back of this thing. Like, I would say, like, being the size that it is, I'd say I would go as far as to say, sure, 6 medium creatures could sit on the back of this thing if wanted, but no more than 6. I think I'm being generous at that.
Does anyone else want to come along for a ride?
I do.
No.
It's like
I ain't touching.
jumps up and down.
I ain't touching that thing with the 10-foot pole.
If you're sure, she's quite gentle.
Oh, Yvain's going to go make a friend.
Just look at her. She has the soul of a poet and those giant dinner plate-sized eyes.
She does. She absolutely does.
It's gaudy.
It's, in fairness, like, it
Nice
is
necklace for
a
your dog
gemstone animated triceratops, so it is. She is made of carnelians, so.
Look, I'm
Don't
not
be
afraid to
bitter.
appreciate good stonework.
Yeah, that's fair. If there's anyone to ride it, it would be a dwarf. All right, so the parade begins. Fen kind of like hops around, like kind of prances around the triceratops excitedly. I think all of our wonderful creatures, other than Fen, ride on the back. Happy's up there behind Glint. Our owl is up at the back there. The cat is just like chilling on the back there. And then just Glint, you're you're the zoo master as you parade down the street with your companions. Oh, Nyx is on the back too. Just sort of parading all down the road. Fantastic.
I'll say to Fen, stop prancing. Warface. Warface.
Ember will take the opportunity to ride out in front of Glint
On the
because
carpet.
I have Wand of Pyrotechnics. I am going to be
Yeah. Roman candle.
It's like the scripted
everyone's
entrance
like,
of an elephant in the
you guys
circus.
ride down the road. The kids are like again off the gray style, are like running after the cart. They're like, woo-hoo-hoo! Running after the dinosaur. The various like just mages have come out of the woodworks and are like, polymorph. Oh my god, and they're taking note, and are following behind closely. And people are just like, what day is it? I don't think anything was today.
It's a Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Happy Tuesday. Yeah, I don't know what's coming up, but I'm having fun. And yeah, you definitely have a little parade through them on. You're heading to the Abadar's Promenade to go see Gilmore.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ride up in style. Oh, sorry.
What goal did we each individually get? Minus, like, subtract all of the bastion stuff. Like, what goal did I actually receive?
That is a.
I have that.
For...
I have it. Give me just a moment, please.
It's 4,613 gold pieces and then 6 silver pieces.
Yep.
And then purchasing a bastion was 2,000 gold. Is that correct?
Yep. That is correct.
Delightful.
So, again, how much am I adding to my gold pieces?
Qiro subtracts 2,000 from that number you just said.
Yeah.
Please.
So, Zar, you didn't buy a
2,613.
bastion, so you get the full 4,613.
No, he is buying a bastion.
Yeah, no,
Oh, he is?
I'm paying in. Yeah.
So 2,613.
Yeah.
All right, great.
And 6 silver.
And 6 silver.
Thank you.
Okay, excellent. You parade down the streets, armed with gold, prepared to blow it in one shot.
They love to see us coming.
Hey.
Yeah, you guys parade down the street and you come up to the beautiful Gilmore shop, and everyone's sort of woohoo! And as you arrive there, you're going to see the door, or I should say, like the hippie beads of Gilmore's front door open, and you're going to see this dark-skinned man, big belly. He's got gray dreadlocks that are bejeweled and bedazzled. He's covered in gold rings and has a magical canny flicker in his eye and a big, friendly, ostentatious smile. And he's going to say, "Ha ha! My goodness, what do we have here outside my shop?"
Hello there.
Greetings, Dino Rider. Who might you be?
Oh, well, my name is Glint Tinbuckle of the Aurora Concordant. This is my good friend Nyx and Ember. We're frequent patrons, I think, of your establishment. Something of fans, really. I've heard
Indeed,
quite a
well,
great
it
deal
is, of
about you.
course. I've heard from my assistants that you have frequented my shop, and I thought it was due time we met, especially arriving in such ostentatious fashion, which is my style. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sean Gilmore of Gilmore's Glorious Goods, rude child, advisor to the Tal'Dorei Council, and sorcerer extraordinaire at your service.
It's a delight to meet you. You're quite well known. I'd almost feel embarrassed to even ask for something now.
Nonsense, my friend, nonsense. Bring your companions into my abode, and let us see what we can do to help you out. Help you out with all of your magical needs.
All right. Where can I park my ride?
That's a good question. He sort of like looks around and he says, let's think. How can we do this? He sort of brings his hands together, does one of those with his hands. I'm going to see if Gilmore's got something to make that happen, because he's a pretty powerful fellow.
Don't want to pull the triceratops into the handicap spot.
Yeah, just bring him around back. No. Let's see what Sean Gilmore's got in his pocket for magical spells, because he might have something to corral it with, let's say.
Where's Cage?
Jesus.
Banished.
He says, "Well, is it tame?"
Yes, she should be happy waiting out here. It didn't want to block traffic.
They block traffic. Who cares? They'll be happy for it, I'm sure.
Oh, that's fair. 1 second, I need to get down, and then starts dismounting, which is little dude climbing down 15 feet of dinosaur.
Ember will pull up on the carpet so he can just step over and then
thank you.
Get an elevator to the ground.
We need to get him a little rope ladder so he can get up and down.
Get one of those little truck step stools on the side.
I have a feeling the saddle is going to be a howdah.
You know those elephants in the elephant in Lord of the Rings? With the giant howdahs on the back. Their only weakness is a single elf. All right, you guys are heading
Still only counts as one, though.
Only counts as one. All right, let's see. We're heading back into Gilmore's Glorious Goods. Once more, you step into this abode, and the single-story facade gives way to a massive 3-tiered magical shop. All kinds of wonderful goods to be bought here. He goes, "Ha-ha! Welcome, my friends. Please, take a look. Tell me if there's anything you like. Sherry, Sherry comes out and goes, yes, Mr. Gilmore. And he says, could you help my new friends here with all of their needs? He goes, of course, Mr. Gilmore. Says, just let me know if you need anything. I'll be around the shop. And he'll kind of stand there and look magnificent, glorious even.
Glint keeps trying not to look at Gilmore, but it's almost like a gravitic effect where just every time Glint turns, he ends up looking at Gilmore again. Right, sorry, Sherry.
Yes, Mr. Glint.
Are there any saddles? I'm sorry, his hair is just so fantastic. Are there any saddles that might fit the creature outside? And sorry, is that like a cologne? I need perhaps a bag of holding if you have one.
We always are carrying bags of holdings, no issues there. I would be more than happy to direct you towards our saddle of the Cavalier. If you have interest in that, I'd be more than happy to sell you that.
Certainly. And would it fit a very large animal?
Oh, yes. Most magic items can transmute their size to fit the wearer of it. So, yes, as soon as you put it on the back, it should suit to fit.
Oh, excellent. And you're probably more of an expert in these little figurine type things than I am. I haven't seen very many up close. Would the saddle disappear with Miss Carnival whenever she returns to form, or would it simply drop on the ground, and then we have to drag it around in between?
Oh, it would most certainly disappear, and you'd have to drag it around, I'm sorry to say. Yes, but when the creature is done with its use, it returns to the astral sea and doesn't bring anything with it.
Oh. Does it mean that there's a dinosaur island in the astral sea?
Maybe. I've never thought of it that way, but I don't see why not.
Well, I hope she's having a wonderful time whenever she's on her off days. She gets 10 mandated paid days off every week.
Standard for dinosaurs, I'm told, here in Amman.
Apparently so. Well, that'll be delightful. I'd be happy to purchase one. And also a bag of holding. And I don't know if you sell components or you simply sell the finished product. So I was looking for some of the incenses for resummoning a familiar to reshape it.
Oh, right over here to our material component section.
Delightful. Do you have any notes on the anatomy of a baboon?
No, we sell magic items, unfortunately.
All right, I'll find that one elsewhere. Thank you, though. Yes, I'll ask Elaine to hook me up.
Yes, I'll bring it to Mr. Gilmore. That's something that's been requested that wasn't available.
Oh, that's all right. I'll figure it out. I mean, how hard can it be to make a monkey?
I don't know. Hopefully not. Make? Wait, did you say make?
Yes. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm going to try not worry about
it. I have something of a home project.
Right, of course.
I'd be happy to peruse the rest of the goods, but those two are the main goals on my end, at least.
All right, very well. And we are going to get you that right away, Mr. Glint, sir. But as usual, I am struggling to find where the prices for all of this shit is in DMG. That's spellcasting services. Where are you, magic items, you bastards? Half a moment. I'm going to find it any moment now. I know it. Haha! I found it. It says 400 gold pieces for the saddle, sir.
Oh, excellent. Let me pay for that. Delightful. And would you have a second bag of holding in supply? I know that we buy a lot of them from
you. Yes, we have a bag of holding for you. That would be another 400 gold pieces, and I can get one fresh out of the back for you.
Oh, excellent. And the incense, only about 10 gold worth. Now, lastly, I'm looking for something in the way of small diamonds, diamond dust.
As for gemstones, you'll have to contact a jeweler, unfortunately. We don't really
Understandable. Not to
yes,
worry. I'll figure that one out then. I'll do a little day trip and get to my little schemes. In that case, I think that's all I need. Nix, Amber, anything else on your lists?
Nothing that I can think of for the moment. I'm just trying to think of ways to help manage the saddle piece.
In theory, we could store it in Ember's ring.
That's true.
We only need to bring out the saddle every 10 days or so. Seems doable.
Does that exist anymore?
Angel question.
No, it doesn't exist anymore. The magic item that uses them exists. Because my thought process was that there still exists a robe of useful items, which has a variety of patches that you can tear off. And
is it a robe or is it a cloak?
It's a robe. But the patches used to be made with a spell called item, which was either a third or a fourth level spell, which would take something like a giant friggin' Hoda and turn it into a little tiny patch that you could then put on an item like that.
Oh, you want to like reverse engineer well, you could if you want to like commission. Spells? If you want to commission Gilmore to create something. If you wanted to commission Gilmore's to like create something to make this saddle, I don't know, to shrink it or make it storable or something. I'm sure they could
a reduce.
Some kind of reduce thing.
Yeah, let's play, and I'll happily pay this as a commission fee instead. But what would the odds be of having a saddle that could be made portable, as my friend is suggesting?
You as opposed to the saddle of the Cavalier?
Mm-hmm.
I would have to speak to Mr. Gilmore about getting that custom enchanted, but I don't imagine it would be too difficult. It doesn't. It sounds like an uncommon enchantment at best, but probably common.
Yeah. This targeted object. So you can absolutely target an object with enlarge or reduce. So
I know someone who can actually craft spells. So if you needed a spell that reduced something to a tiny size for 10 days, like they could write that spell that you Honors Dreamwalk, you know the spell I gave you.
Mm-hmm.
She's here. She wrote this spell. She's here. She could write this.
Interesting.
I'd be happy to ask her.
I'd be very intrigued for certain.
She comes back and she says, "Yes, I spoke to Mr. Gilmore. He said it should be. You could probably enchant a saddle to shrink for you, shrink or grow for you within the day, probably."
Oh, within the day, and I'd happily. That sounds quite easy then. But
Okay.
I'd still love to meet Honor at some point. Yeah, I'll happily pay you for that.
Very well. It would be considered an exotic saddle. So that's where the bulk of the price is going to come from.
Mm-hmm.
So many tabs. So many tabs. Let's see here. No, we're not buying an airship today. That's true. Hey, if you save your pennies, you can buy yourself an airship, but, you know. Just an option.
So is this after a long rest in terms of when we went out partying?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay.
Damn it, I may have deleted it. No, I didn't. Haha. Okay. We're in business here. She goes to, I can never say the right name for it, but our medieval calculator, Acabus or whatever it's called.
Abacus.
Starts like, Abacus, that's the one, thank you very much. She starts playing around with that a little bit. She goes, okay, so cost of the saddle plus the cost of the actual enchantment sale. We're looking at a cost of... that would be 160 gold pieces.
Oh, delightful. Happily.
Okay, we'll get right to work on it, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, you could come pick it up in 2 days, probably. 1 day to make it and 1 day to enchant.
Oh, excellent. Thank you so much. I'll swing by then, and it'll be right in time for watching Zarvolg at the big day.
Ooh, that's coming up.
3 days.
It's coming up like crazy. All right, I know what we're doing next session.
Oh, no.
All right. Is there anything else anybody else wants to do around Gilmore's? Is there... Well, better question. So Glint is working with Sherry to buy some magic items. Who's doing what? Because it sounds like there's at least a couple people who are there with Glint. Like Yvain, you've been talking with Glint a lot, so you're probably with him, right? Okay.
Yes, and I don't need to roleplay it necessarily, but I do need to pick up 3 sets of sending stones.
3 sets of sending stones. Okay. Those guys are uncommon, if I am not mistaken. So...
We've bought them recently. I feel like for 300, but I don't remember. I've got it written down somewhere.
Go double check. That is the wrong kind of sending stone. Damn you, Acquisitions Incorporated. That will be 400 gold a pop.
Holy shit, they're more expensive than they were the last time I asked about them.
The sending stones are very very popular demand right now, so we've had to raise the price.
Well, then we will start with 1 set, thank you.
Absolutely. And she will hand over 1 set of sending stones.
Thank you very much. I'll come back for the others.
All right. So that sounds like what Yvain's doing. What is Zarvolg, Qiro, Nyx, Ember? What are you guys up to around this place?
Zarvolg is kind of just along with the group, waiting to see if anybody's got their eye on something they can't quite afford.
God. Sugar Daddy's waiting. Sugar Daddy's on the lookout. Okay, fair enough. Qiro, Ember, Nyx, what are you guys up to?
Qiro's probably, if she can see armor and or weapons from where she's standing, she's definitely at this point kind of wandered over and started looking at things.
There are definitely weapons on all 3 floors. Are you just sticking to the first floor?
If I learn that there are stairs to other floors and other floors have shiny metal pokey things, I'm going.
You begin making your way up to the 2nd floor, we'll say, to get started. Before we go to you, just because I know where you're off to, Nyx, Ember, what are you 2 up to?
I'm primarily just loitering. I'm the head of the parade.
God, you're loitering. Fair enough. You're keeping an eye on the parade, shooting off pyrotechnics and whatnot. What about you, Nyx?
Nyx is probably gonna go with Qiro for the weapons, and since they have these bracers, they're gonna go check out some bows and things.
Bows and things. I like it. Okay, I'll say Beverly sticks with you two. She seems to have found a friend in you two, so she'll just follow you two along. As you guys begin making your way up to the second floor, Gilmore is gonna like put his sort of like come up behind you, and kind of like put his arms around, not like that or anything, but like around the arm, very friendly, and he goes, "I see you have an eye for taste. Please allow me to show you around with my wares." And he'll take you up to the second floor, in which you'll see an array of. It seems to be the higher you go in the shop, the nicer the things are. And as you get up here, as it sounds like you're looking in the weapons section, you see all kinds of cool shit. You see like these, like really fine, sharp-looking arrowheads that are magically enchanted. There's all kinds. There's like these like daggers that are like dripping with venom off of the edge of it. There is this like beautiful long sword. There's all kinds. And he goes, "Indeed, weapons are what you're looking for. Tell me, what sort of weapon do you two looking for? What is your flavor that I could help show you around?"
Kiro's just gonna kind of gesture to because she has a scimitar on one side and then she has a sickle on the other side, and she's just gonna gesture to him and kind of say, "I'm just kind of looking to get better with what I have now."
Scimitar and a sickle. Interesting. Yes, I can absolutely help you with that. Let's see. I definitely have more scimitars than sickles. Sickles are not as a usual weapon, but I like your flair. Right this way. And he will take you guys to see a selection of scimitars. I'm just going to roll to see what he has in stock right now. You're looking at this one really deadly looking blade. He goes, "Oh, you don't want that." And he takes you to another one. He goes, "Oh, here, okay. I think, let's see. We want something for your flavor. I'm getting a sort of, well, you're a water genasi. I don't want to make assumptions, but perhaps someone who indeed is adept with the water, enjoys that element."
You could say so.
All right. Well, we'll be skipping the flame tongues then. We don't want that to be having a nasty reaction of any kind. Let's see here. Okay, here we have an interesting one here. This is a pretty exceptional weapon. He's going to take it out of its case, and he'll display in his hand this really gnarly looking sword. The blade is like this like dark, like black and dark gray steel that just curves up into this wicked line, and right as it's about halfway up the blade, it sort of like splits and then reattaches at the top, but the curve continues sharply. The hilt has like skulls across it, and it also has this like dangling leather piece off of the end of the actual pommel. And he says, "This is the sword of life stealing. Very dangerous weapon. Good for somebody who needs to recover a little health in battle. If you happen to score, a perfect hit in combat, it means that you will steal some life from your enemy, and you will be able to add it to your own."
I'm liking the direction that we're going in, and this isn't on you at all. I'm so sorry. I did recently promise a fairly strong, this is going to sound real weird, giant black wolf in the forest in the middle of the woods somewhere, that I would protect people, and life stealing just doesn't really go along with that, I don't think.
Fair enough. And listen, no offense taken. Each warrior has a weapon that belongs to them. It's out there, they just need to find it. So, no offense taken at all. Let's keep taking a look around. Do you fight giants by any chance?
Not recently, but from what it sounds like, it is a distinct possibility in my future.
All right. I don't have any swords or weapons that are based on protection, unfortunately. They're usually more offensive things, swords.
Well, then here's another question. While we're on the protection side, my armor's it's not bad, but I got a feeling if you got 3 floors of things, you might have something better than what I've got right now. Same kind of deal, regular breastplate, no enchantments. You think you got anything fancier?
Of course. You want a breastplate? You'll have a breastplate right this way. He'll take you to the armor section of this floor, and he says, I have a number of fine breastplates. A number. First and foremost, if I may redirect my attention very briefly, I think I have something perfect for you there, my Fey friend. And looks at you, Nyx. And says, am I correct in assuming that perhaps you have some relationship with the Feywild?
You wouldn't be wrong. You wouldn't be wrong there.
I think I have something just for you. I recently created this piece of armor. It is indeed a breastplate. I can have it enchanted into other pieces of armor if it's not particularly your flavor. However, I did steal a little essence of the Feywild and incorporated it in this armor. I call it the Feyrot armor. And he will pull down a velvet curtain, and there will be this beautiful, I'll say it's leather actually, it'll make sense for what it is. This beautiful studded leather armor the leather is like a flare of different colors and is covered in flowers across the lining of where the stitching would be. And as it does, Nyx, you have this whoosh feeling, almost like, when you go into an airport or something and you feel like a pressure or a temperature change. It's akin to that, but it's familiar. It's a comfortable pressure where you feel the essence of the Feywild just sort of stream past you in a familiar way that you haven't felt since you've left.
I need it. I need it.
I need it. And he goes, if you have the gold, I'd be more than happy to sell it to you. It is a rare piece of armor, so it is a little bit more expensive. But you know what? I think it was meant for you. So I'll tell you what. I'll give you a nice little discount. How about we say? Where's my price list? It normally goes for 4,000, but for you, I can take it down to 3.
Oh. I must pass because
we'll
my money. No, that's all of it. No.
We'll take it. What do you need?
No. I've got 3,300 3,300 gold. That's all I got. That's not.
All right,
no.
Wait, no. How is that? No, that's not possible.
Yeah, I paid for the bastion. I only had 740 before that, and we paid for all the goodies, so I lost a lot paying for all the goodies.
Okay, right, but then we got paid. We got 4,600 gold.
And 2,000 went to the bastion.
Yeah.
Got it. I got it. Yeah, no. We've got the other. We've.
Yeah.
Yvain will look at Zarvolg and say,
"You're downstairs.
Right.
Don't worry about it."
Oh shit!
I don't know about anything.
Yeah, can't be everywhere all at once. Unfortunately.
No, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm shutting up. I got excited. I'm sorry.
I was lurking though.
Like Batman.
Zarvolg was lurking.
Just liked it.
I give you the lurk card.
All right. Right. It's my whole thing. I'm a gloom stalker.
Do we have a layaway system?
Let's
Okay.
Nyx, let's do halvesies.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot, though.
It's an exceptional price, and
I thought
you can't put a price on something that was meant for you.
It's a great deal.
Okay, I'm sorry, honey.
How about this? I'll put up 2 if you put up 1. Because I feel very guilty taking 1,500 gold.
Nah, let's do 15 apiece.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right. So I will co-sponsor that armor.
All right. And he says, and studded leather is good for you. You're a light armor person.
Perfect.
Excellent. See, it was meant for you. Huzzah. And he will present you the studded leather Feyrot armor. it gives you advantage to end the charm condition yourself, which you should already have as a elf. But I'll customize it, and I think because you're a Fey and it's a Fey armor, I'll just say you're immune to the charm condition when you're wearing this armor. You also gain 3 charges, and as an action, you can expend them to cast the compulsion spell on people for DC 15.
That's
If you're
yummy.
curious, if you're curious what that does, it is a 4th level enchantment. Creatures of your choice within a 30-foot range that can hear you make a whiz save. Those who are immune to charm automatically save. However, on a failed save, the affected creatures, let's see, until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your turns to designate a direction that is horizontal to you, and all the affected creatures must move in that direction.
That is so fun.
Yeah, so you just stand in the middle of the bad guys, you hit as many people as you can, you go, everybody walk towards the edge of that cliff, or towards that lava, or into the water, and they will.
Oh, I love it.
That's
incredible.
Brian, that was incredibly generous, but just to point out, bards already have counter charm, I believe.
Yes, they do. I believe that does take an action to do, and it does help people around as well. So it wouldn't ruin the help of counter charm.
Right.
Yeah, because that's a 30-foot advantage for everybody against frightened and charm. So it wouldn't negate the brilliance of counter charm. Cool. So I will edit that for you next, but for now, add a Feyrot armor studded leather to your inventory, and I'll make it a little bit more potent for you, my Eladrin friend.
Thank you. And thank you so much, Aaron. That was so sweet.
Welcome.
Gilmore says, another delighted customer. Excellent. Now, my apologies. It turns back to you, Qiro. My apologies. I got a little sidetracked here. I saw your friend, and I knew something had to happen. Yeah, it was magic in the air.
A worthy distraction in my part.
Indeed, but I have not forgotten about you, my friend. So let us go and find something that suits you. So I have a number of questions for you to figure out what I could do best. Is there something that you would prefer? You said you want to protect people with this armor, yes?
Myself or others would be fantastic.
Excellent. Let's see. That, so we do have that one. See if... Yeah, we're going to skip that one because that's campaign specific. Okay, I think I might have one here that might be very fitting for you. I'm just going to look through it, make sure that it is the one. It should be 60 feet. Okay, this, I think, will be excellent. Now, as I told your friend, I took a little bit of the power of the Feywild and created the previous armor. I'm doing a little series, if you will, sort of like my armor collection for this season. So, one that I also did was I took a little power from one of the great outer planes, one of the holy outer planes known as Nirvana. Nirvana is the plane of pure lawfulness, where everything has balance, the way it ought to work. And so I have created this, and another velvet curtain drops next to Gilmore, and you're going to see this beautiful burnished copper breastplate that looks as if it was made of interlocking gears. There are merchant scales emblazoned across the chest as well. And he says, this is the breastplate of balance. While wearing this armor, it will protect you as any breastplate will, but it has other abilities as well. It should be able to perform lesser restorations, help restore people to good health, rebalance their humors, as the ancients used to say. And there's another feature as well, known as equalize. Now, this is my favorite feature in the breastplate. Now, if you see someone within 60 feet of you who has a particular advantage or disadvantage against them, you may use your reaction and a charge of the armor to balance out the roll.
I like it. That's a lie. I love it. How much for it right now in this moment?
Well, first I would have to ask you, by chance, are you from the plane of Nirvana?
Not in the slightest.
I see. Well, I was very kind to your friend, but unfortunately I cannot offer that discount to just everybody. So it will be a 4,000 gold piece breastplate, not including the actual price of the breastplate itself. So that will come out to more around the realm of 4,750 gold.
Right. This is why I asked the price before I asked for things. So you said it'd be 4. And how much would it be to enchant a breastplate that I already have? In case I was in the market for such a thing.
A similar price. It would be slightly. That is such a that's a fairly fantastic question. If he was to custom craft it, he says, if I was to custom craft this breastplate for you,
or a breastplate like it, if I gave you a breastplate to enchant.
Well, I could chop off the 750 gold piece, or excuse me, it would be 400. I could chop off the 400 gold piece charge and make it an even 4.
Right.
What do you have?
2,900.
We can get it.
I'll go halvesies.
No. let me ask.
Zarvolg, do you like to see them squirm when you say that?
Wait, before we do this, let me ask one more question. So you're saying it is possible for you to enchant armor that I already have, right? It would just be the cost of the enchantment?
Yes, if you were to purchase the breastplate separately, or indeed hand me the one that you possess, I could transfer the enchantment of, I would just give you this breastplate and I would take yours off your hands. It's technically I should be purchasing it from you at a half price, but, well, I like your style.
Thank you.
I mean, you rode up on a fucking triceratops. I gotta give you some kudos.
This is true. Let me think about it. And I'll look at Zara and be like, let me think about it. And then she'll immediately about face and start walking down the stairs back towards the dwarf that knows magic.
Understood.
It's a very nice breastplate.
All right.
She just comes streaming down the stairs going, I gotta talk to you. I have a wizard question.
I have a wizard answer.
So, hypothetically speaking, maybe, possibly, if I wanted to enchant a breastplate that I already had with a spell, to protect people, is that something you do? Because you bring stuff back to life. Do you know how to not kill things, or is that just like your wheelhouse and that's fine? I just need to know. If you.
I also dabble in abjuration. Yes, I could in fact help you enchant a breastplate to protect things.
Which is what exactly the that word you just said?
Abjuration is protective magic, shielding, dispelling, removing curses, that sort of thing.
Right, that sort of thing. You know how to do that?
I do.
Could you do it and she'll, because it's metal, she'll like knock on the breastplate that she's currently wearing?
I could.
I have ideas. We'll talk
By all means, lay them on me. I have a few projects of my own that were going to be in town for some time. Once I wrap up my own personal things, I could absolutely work an enchantment into your armor for you.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know what to put in it. I don't know what to ask for. I don't know what my choices are, if that makes sense.
No, I understand. Well, an easy one would be, say, imbuing a singular spell in it, similar to a wand. You could work, say, a shielding spell in, or something similar. That would be relatively simple. If you wanted to go more grandiose, you could try and weave resistances to certain elements in, or things like that, which would get more expensive and more time-consuming, but it's still doable.
Right. So the shielding spell that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it harder for me to things to hit me. I can shield other people.
You could shield yourself with it. Shielding someone else is doable, although most spells of that nature tend to be more clerical.
Right.
So I'd have to get a little bit of assistance on that front.
But even just the shielding spell, you could do that to my breastplate that I have right now.
Mm-hmm. I could.
So I could just buy a better breastplate here and then give it to you to enchant?
Sure.
Thank you. And then she'll go streaming back up the stairs. Like, no goodbye, no nothing. Just like, she had an itch, it was scratched, she's going back to what she was doing.
Fair enough. You come on back and he says, "Sir, are you in the market for a breastplate still?"
I am. Not that one. As lovely as it is. I had kind of a simpler request. Do you have not necessarily breastplates that are imbued with spells, but ones that are stronger than the one that I have right now?
Of course, this is Gilmore's glorious goods. What's you want something more powerful than what you already possess?
It's not enchant. It is a regular breastplate. Above table, it is literally just a breastplate.
Oh, okay. So you want a uncommon breastplate? Something maybe on the first floor?
That would be wonderful.
Well, right down this way. And he'll take you downstairs to show you his more uncommon breastplates. He says, I have a number. Now, I do have this one very nice mariner's armor that gives you an exceptional swim speed and all of that, but I get the sense that you don't need that kind of thing. So, we will skip all of that nonsense. I do have 3 sets of armor that might be to your liking. Again, as I said, I'm doing a sort of special collection for armor this season. So, let me show you what I've got. I was inspired by a friend of mine, very, very, very good druid. And I decided to make something, a part of nature that maybe goes a little under the radar. I don't know if it's for you, but tell me if it is. And he'll sort of gesture over to this case where you see this breastplate that is made of wood, but coating the wood is a great deal of different mushrooms and mosses and fungi across it. He says, this is the armor of fungal spores. It is definitely towards the druidic type. I know druids don't like metal, so I thought I'd try and make an answer for that with this particular piece of armor. It is like, to be clear, it has bracers that have like almost like white cap mushrooms that come up the side, and like layers of mushrooms that make up like the shoulder plates. It does leave the stomach slightly open, as it is very druidic-y, but it does have these almost like a loincloth, like it almost looks like a moss-like chitin layered armor over sort of the hip area, as it is a breastplate and not like a full whatever.
Yeah.
He says, so while wearing this armor, you may make a bonus action to emit poisonous spores around you in a 10-foot radius sphere. Each creature must make a DC 15 con saving throw or be poisoned until the end of your next turn. Very effective for those who want to run into combat, maybe get a little surrounded, gives you an advantage over everybody else.
That sounds like it is so far up my alley. Before I get emotionally attached, how much is this one?
This one is much more cheap. This one will be, if I can find my tab, 400 gold pieces. It is a breastplate, so it would end up at 800.
I'll take it. I'll take it immediately if you let me.
Oh. And 800 it is! A sale! Armor has found its home. And he says, and if you want, I can take that breastplate off of you right now, and we'll call it 600.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Let's just streamline everything, huh? Very well. Fungal spore armor just for you. And he'll quickly scamper back upstairs to where you are next. And he goes, so, you made a magnificent purchase today. Are you still interested in particular anything on this floor?
No, I'm good today. I'm all spent up. I'm lovely.
Beverly sort of pokes you and she says, Nix, if you want like a cool bow or something, I'd be happy to help you out. Like I could get something for you.
Oh, you're lovely. You're lovely. But I'm good right now. I'm all attuned out too. I don't really have much attunement so open. You're lovely though.
Okay, sure. She just kind of nods. Fantastic. Is there anybody else here in Gilmore's who has shopping to do?
Actually, now that I've heard it said,
the allure of Gilmore's glorious goods is temptation hard resisted, even for one as willful and powerful as Ember.
I'm looking for a bow.
Yes, I have a fine selection. Are you a first floor or second floor shopper today?
I am all first floor.
First floor it is. All right. So longbows are usually what is most popular. Is that what you're looking for?
Longbow, I think, would be just fine.
Excellent. Right this way, sir. Gilmore takes you over. And he says, I don't have a large selection of longbows here for some reason. Sherry, what happened to my uncommon longbows? She goes, oh, we sold out, sir. He goes, oh, I guess we've sold it out today. I'm very, very sorry. Is there something I can custom make for you that you might have interest in?
I'm just looking to help help a companion. And so, longbow, short bow, it either would be fine. It just can't be a crossbow.
Understood. All right, very well. Let me take a little peek in the uncommon section or the short bow section over here. I think we should have something, right, Cherry? She goes, yes, Mr. Gilmore. And says right over here. And you will see, like, it is a little measly. There's only like 3 available. It says, we do have we're a little limited on our stock right now for bows, unfortunately, but we do have these +1 longbows that are straight out of Singor.
That would be perfect.
Excellent. Fantastic. Well, let me get a good price for you. For 425 gold pieces, I'd be more than happy to part with this item.
Okay. Do you have any ammunition that is resistant to breakage?
I most certainly do. I have just the thing. And he will steer you over to... Oh man, you guys are... Downtime is difficult. Okay, here we go. He says, I in fact actually have a number of unbreakable arrows in stock. They're only common magic items, so they're not too pricey. Let's see here. What could I price them at? They are 100 gold piece an arrow, as they are unbreakable arrows. There's nothing in this world that could break them unless they're exposed to some form of anti-magic. You could take that big monster of yours outside and try and break it. Nothing would
happen. Okay. I'll take 10.
My. As you say.
And do you have... I'm given to understand I saw them in Lyrangorn. Some of the hunters had quivers that would let them hold a variety of different things.
You have good taste, sir. You have very good taste. Most certainly. Right, if I steer you in this direction over here. Yes, and he will take out a very nice quiver. He says, admittedly, the elves of Singorn make far better aesthetically than what I have, but works all the same. This is known as the efficient quiver. It has 3 compartments full of extra-dimensional spaces for holding numerous types of armor, ammunition, and so forth. The shortest compartment can hold up to 60 arrows, bolts, or similar objects. The mid-sized compartment can hold up to 18 javelins or similar objects, and the longest compartment can hold up to 6 objects such as a bow, quarterstaff, spear. So truly, it is a single quiver armory.
That sounds fantastic. What's
Excellent.
the damage on that?
The damage is 400 gold pieces. But I'll tell you what, if you buy the arrows, I'll give you a discount. We'll call it 300.
Okay. That sounds fantastic. Wrap it all up.
All right, will do. I'll put the arrows right in the pouch. And so it is. You are in possession of an efficient quiver that currently has 10 unbreakable arrows inside.
And I will tuck the longbow in. And as we're all getting ready to leave, Ember will just reach out and hand it to Nyx. I go, there you go. That should go well with your bracers.
Every day is Christmas cinema. Did you catch that, Nyx? I think she's away from.
I'm so sorry. I was having to prepare some food for the dogs. Nyx is just gonna be like overwhelmed by everyone's graciousness and just like, thank you so much. I just appreciate you guys.
Woo, very nice.
Lovely.
Stares blankly at Nyx.
Is Yvain there yet?
Yeah, it sounds like everybody's packing up to leave. So at this point, you've all sort of come together at the door as Gilmore is like kind of seeing you out.
Okay, that's good. Cool, let's go.
Cool. Gilmore says, well, I hope you all had a splendid time here.
As always, good sir.
Good. Well, come on back whenever you want. You know, not to toot my own horn here, but I've been known to sponsor adventurers here and there. I know you already have your own contracts and affiliations and so on and so forth, but I have occasion for needing such services as well.
Do you need such services now?
Because at this very moment, well, I'm doing all right at the moment, but if you're open, I'll keep you in mind and send a missive if I need something for a party of your caliber. I'm sure I can find a number of things for you to do.
Please.
Very well. And if you have any magical mysteries, magical item wants, or simply want to smell the air, which I pride myself on being very tasteful, please come back anytime.
Thank you.
You say thank you, Glint, and he gives you a little wink, and we'll turn back into his shop.
He's so glamorous.
That is the song that plays in Gilmore's, is Glamorous by Fergie. That does play very quietly at all times.
Now I need to go see a jeweler about a questionable number of gems.
Questionable number.
Right, so I'll catch up with you all a bit. Do you need anything from the markets while I'm out?
I don't think so. I don't think I need anything.
Caramel apples.
Right, I'll get you some apples. Do you want candied apples? Just apples?
Caramel apples.
Caramel apples. Delightful. Do you want some caramels to go with it? Just the little wrapped up ones? I can probably find a candy shop.
No, just on the apple. I don't
Just on the
eat
apple.
caramel. That's too decadent.
I think you'd like it. I think you're holding out on it because you know you would, and you'd be embarrassed that you did.
That's absolutely true, but he's not going to admit to it.
You see, dwarves have bad eyes, or you have very good ears.
Caramel apples.
I'm going to saddle up on the dino and
The
go
horse.
to the markets.
The horse likes them.
Mm. And the dog, too, I'm sure.
Oh, he eats everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
Glint's going to head out to buy some caramel apples and also about 1,000 gold worth of diamonds.
This is Amon.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you'll have to go shop to shop if you're looking for a single 1,000 gold piece diamond. That might
No, just smaller ones. They're going to end up powder.
Yep, no problem. You can purchase 1,000 gold pieces of diamonds.
Yeah. Would the discount fee apply here?
Because you're using your family name these days, I will say it will.
Delightful. Okay, and that's, I think, 20% off. So that'll be 800 gold. Plus, I saved 3 gold for a whole lot of sweet apples and other candies and treats. Maybe like little hand pies, associated goods.
You go to like a candied apple stand. You're like, hey, can I get 20% off? They're like, fine.
I'll buy a dozen.
There you go. Very nice.
Yeah, alrighty. Marking that down. And then Gwent will head back to do some terrible wizard crimes.
We like terrible wizard crabs. Hey, your crafter in the workshop is itching. You're like promising them debauchery and illicit stuff, and they've been waiting. Like, when are we gonna cook, Mr. Glint?
Look, I have 3 days until the bastion turn rotates. I can only do so much. Soon.
Are we gonna cook?
We're going to cook. The products the whole west side of Amon has ever seen before.
Mr. Glint! All right. Okay, so where do you head next?
Qiro at some point does kind of want to make her way down to the harbor. Open invitation to anybody that wants to come, but being mindful of the headache that she definitely still does have, she wants to find like a pub, but not like one of the really big fancy ones. Like she's looking for hole in the wall. Like you don't see it unless you know what's in there.
Yeah, and I want to put forth there for you specifically, Qiro. Like people are feeling. I think everybody's feeling very groggy today. You guys were in like volcanic temperatures for a prolonged time, and though your constitution held out against it by and large, it's still not comfortable. Like not healthy temperatures to be in. You, Qiro, like however much you drank, you're probably feeling worse. Like you're feeling like disgustingly dehydrated today. You're feeling like you just feel completely devoid of moisture today after that volcanic experience.
Joy.
Like you're still water genocide, you can still do all your things, but you feel like you haven't drank water in 2 days. Like you feel terrible.
No, I 100%. I get what you mean. Oh no.
Yeah. Like no matter how much, like even today, like no matter how many cups of water you drink, it's just like it's not enough. You just feel like you gotta get back to the water a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where you're at. But yes, you make your way into the dock board. There's any number of shabby taverns with even shabbier names like the Dropped Anchor or the Hoisted Sails or the Cat in the Cradle.
If she's headed to one, we're gonna head to the one where Fen gored some guy to death in one go.
You're going. Why would you go back?
To the scene of the crime.
Oh
no! Because I don't create the shit, I just disturb it.
That's fair.
The floorboards are still patched where Yvain like busted up the entire floor of the tavern with her fucking plan.
Yeah, I did cast plant growth. Look, yeah, but none of them could move, right? There were a fuck ton of them, and I stood them all in one place. You're welcome, dick.
you guys return to the Empty Net Tavern. Yeah, Qiro, they're like, hey, come with us. We know a place. They're all kind of like you haven't been here long, but you're quickly picking up on certain mannerisms, and they're having this like devilish look between them, and you're like, okay, sure, let's go here. And as you turn a corner, like you look over at Beverly, and she's like she doesn't say anything, but like you see on her face, you're like, concern is quickly rising for you, Qiro. You don't know what's going on, but something's going on, that's for sure. You guys walk into the door of the Empty Net Tavern, and the place looks well put back together. The floors have returned. Apparently the ghosts are gone. I forgot about that. And you're like, you hear the guy behind the bar say, welcome back to the... And his face just drops as he sees you guys all enter, and he goes, I want who's leading the pack here? Is it you, Ember?
Ember will. Absolutely.
Yeah. I want you to just make me like an intimidation check as you walk through the door. I want to see how they take this.
21.
21. He sees you. He sees the dog. He sees the druid. And he goes, he doesn't know what to do. Like he can't speak. Although the timer keeps running just fine, but like he's paralyzed in your presence.
I will head straight to the bar.
Yes.
And then in the top of my voice, I will say, this round's on me.
Got it. And everyone's like, hey!
And I will slap 2 platinum pieces on the bar and slap directly across.
That's a lot more than 20 drinks. He like with a shaky hand accepts the 2 platinum. Thank you very much, sir. Start getting those ales served. And he's like, is there anything I could do for you, sir? Other than that,
you were looking for a place, Qiro?
I sure. We are so circling back to this later. I have other things to worry about right now. And she'll like, because I'm assuming she's picked up on the fact that like, okay, these people are weird, but also scary weird. Got it. Perfect. Lovely. And she'll just kind of like start walking along a wall. She's looking for like I want to find people that look like they either just got in or they're just about to leave. Like these are not friendly people.
Yeah, you've come to recognize like the people who are coming and going, and you see that there's one table of where every seat is full. Well, there's actually 2 tables that are completely full with these guys who are like pretty drunk. They're all very familiar with themselves. They're being like extra flirty with the girls around, and you know that this is like, these are some sailors who are getting their last hurrahs in before they go back on the prison ship for a while, right?
Oh yeah. Is there anybody that looks like they're in charge, or are they all just kind of like...
You look around for the one in charge, make an insight check. Oh, I should turn on some music. Why is my brain so quiet right now?
Panic. Where is it? Okay. Why do I have... Oh, okay. Hello? Oh, gosh. 21.
Damn.
I slapped me again for some reason.
21 is very good. Yeah, you look around. You look for the person who has the most wrinkles or the most scars. That typically is the person who's the captain. So you find your mark. You find this bald guy who is probably in his like mid-30s and has like hella scars. Like he's got an eye patch. You see this like horrible gashing scar on either side of it. He's got like a couple of slash marks in his open shirt. This guy's seen some scuffs on the sea.
All right. You said there aren't any empty seats.
Yeah, there's no empty seats. But you could pull one up.
Actually, I am just gonna kind of like lean. I'm assuming they're sitting fairly close together, and so she's gonna kind of half lean, kind of half shove the person next to him out of the way.
What the fuck? And you push him out of the way.
Mind your own business.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe an intimidation check just to see how see if you're welcome at the table.
I mean, look, she's got questions that need to be answered. You said intimidation. Oh, that's not good. 10.
10. The one guy just kind of apparently by pure chance, he just kind of picked the guy who's at the butt of the joke on this crew all the time. You kind of pushed out your chair. You're like, move, mind your business. He's like, oh, fucking man. And he's like, the women too. And everyone sort of, they're pointed and they're like, take that, Jeffy. And you pop a squat. And they're like, yeah, saddle in. He goes, and the scarred guy goes, looking for a job. You can always use a water genasi.
Not presently. I didn't leave my last ship too kind. You know most of the ships in this harbor?
Some of them. I'm making my way back out real soon.
Out where?
Man, I don't know. We're going a long ways, actually. We're actually heading to, damn you. Damn you, Qiro.
And what street do you live on?
Fuck it. Where is he going? He's going to, what's the place called? He goes, well, you probably wouldn't know, out in Wildmount, there's these drow folk in this wild, blasted land. We do some cargo shipments there. Pirates are pretty bad out there in the sea.
Don't I know it?
Yeah,
Listen,
the Ultimate Sea is a dangerous place.
Like you have to tell me. I got a question. There's a ship that I came in on not too long ago. Funniest thing, guy said he was bound for here, but next thing I know, I end up north. You know someone that might be stupid enough to go north instead of south?
You mean towards the Searing Channel north?
I mean exactly the Searing Channel north.
Everybody knows you don't. Nobody goes to the Searing Channel. It's suicide.
And yet, somebody did.
Well, you have my congratulations on surviving that trek. I assume your ship is scattered to 100 pieces and the rest of your crew's dead.
More or less. Tell me something. Would there be someone that I could talk to that might know someone just that dumb? Because I really didn't appreciate having my life risked for cargo that I didn't ever really get to lay my eyes on.
Well, nobody I know in these docks have been through the Searing Channels, because if they had, they'd be dead. The only fool who's said to have gone through and survived, who I think is a bit of a liar, personally, a teller of tall tales, if you'll excuse me for saying so, is some pirate or sailor or whatever he calls himself on any good day of the week. You heard of a... God damn it, where are you, bro?
I thought it was going to be Shirku.
Yeah, Shirku, that's his name. Lost track of him in there. Yeah, he's been gloating up and down these docks about all of his dangers. He said he fought the Plank King in one-on-one and beat him at a game of two-hand cards and survived the Searing Channel and fought off Kraken. I think he's a plain-faced liar, if you ask me, but you could go ask him.
Right. Well, I'll definitely do that. Say, you said you were headed to Wildmount. How far is the farthest you've ever gone into Wildmount, if you don't mind my asking?
Farthest I've been into Wildmounts? I mean, I've been all over, but I mostly stay east of the Menagerie Coast these days. I used to do a lot of business down there, but, well, the Plank King and all. There's a lot of pirating's thickest in their waters.
Smart. Well, I never did get your name, by the way.
My name is, Captain Bobby.
And,
No relationship.
And, name of your ship would be...
The Bobby.
Right. Under her breath, and I'm sure she's sure that somebody's gonna hear. She goes, right, real original.
What was that?
So she's
Bobby's
like,
my family's name. My father, Bobby the second, and my grandfather, Bobby. That's actually all backwards. But my grandfather, I'm Bobby the third of the ship, the Bobby. My father, Bobby the second, was a great man.
Mm-hmm.
And a good Bobby.
And he was a good Bobby. He was.
And she'll kind of like, not necessarily gesture towards the rest of the table, but like open the question up for the rest of the table and be like, all right, any of the rest of you, and specifically looking at the guy that she shoved out of the way that everybody laughed at, she'll just kind of go, any of you heard about anybody stupid enough to go through the Seer channel?
They all seem to shake their heads. Nobody seems to know of anybody who has been through the Searing Channel and survived.
Okay. I will. I don't know how much stuff costs.
Captain Bobby will say to you, though, he says, but I'll tell you, you've been through the Searing Channel and survived, right?
It would seem so.
Did you see the Kraken? There's tale of a great Kraken who swims those seas.
I'll be real honest. Between the whole ship dashing against the rocks and everything getting flung overboard, I didn't see much of anything.
Perhaps you were attacked by that very Kraken.
Sure. It could have been. It could have been the stones. It could have been a mix of both. I couldn't really tell you.
Well, let me buy you a drink, not just about everybody gets out of the Searing Channel alive. And he'll buy rum.
Oh, good. That's that. We're gonna combat that. We're gonna combat the headache with more alcohol. It's actually her favorite thing to do it. While she's standing at the table with all of them, do any of them have any tattoos on them?
Yes. Of course. They're sailors. They all have
Of course
there are many
do.
tattoos.
This is gonna sound so rude. Do they look horrendous? Like, do they look like they got them and then immediately got infected? Or do they look like the person that gave them their tattoos, like they knew what they were doing?
Oh, both. Definitely both.
Good. Oh, good. At least there's some of column B. Switching gears. Any y'all tattoo by chance?
Do I have a tattoo?
Any of you?
They all start like lifting their shirts and pulling up their sleeves and lifting their hair and like, yeah, all of them have at least 3 tattoos, and half of them are just nonsense tattoos.
I assume so. Anybody you trust here in town to give them to you?
And yeah, they start listing off a name of tattoo artists. One of the names I think you'll find familiar, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Oh god, that was the wrong one. No. Who's got her name? The gnome who's done all of you.
We know who she is.
All right, I give her.
I'll find it. Just give me a couple minutes.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. I don't know why it's not in my freaking notes. You've only gone to this person like 7 times. Oh, that's because I misspelled it. Josa Baffleblock is her name. Josa Baffleblock. A couple of people say Josa Baffleblock, and a lot of the people who say her name are the ones with like tattoos that clearly got like infected and fucked up and shit.
I like it. I like the way she works. Well, I think I might check her out, actually. And she'll kind of stand up, and the dude that she pushed out of the way, she'll just kind of, because she'll just kind of like grab him and pull him back to where he was before.
Yeah, you like plop him back in the seat, and Captain Bobby sort of pats his back, and he goes, Bobby, my son, Bobby Jr., you're gonna have to stand up for yourself one of these days. And you walk away from the table.
Bobby Jr. the 4th.
Bobby Jr. the 4th, that's right.
And then she'll just kind of like, at that point, everybody knows who's there. She'll just walk through the middle of the bar towards where everybody else is, taking the drink that they gave her, because that would be rude. And then as soon as she gets to the bar, she'll just kind of, whatever's left in it, she'll just down it and then set the cup down on the bar. And then I'm assuming Ember's still sitting at the bar. She'll look and she'll be like, I gotta talk to, it was a gnome woman that does tattoos. And her name was, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
What do you
want
mean?
to go over?
Yeah.
We can take you over.
You know her.
Oh, yeah. We may have been there a time or two.
Right.
Or 3.
You know, one of these days, I'm going to see where the rest of you have yours, because so far, Tooth is not comforting. I'm just saying. But I got some ideas.
As you guys are sitting around your table, a rather well presented messenger is going to walk into the tavern, and as a courier, if you will, and is going to walk up to the bar and then look over at all of you and walk over to the table. And it's going to say, "Good afternoon. I come from the castle. I am to present you a message personally, and will do so." And puts a message on the table, and it is stamped and sealed with the mark of the Tal'Dorei Council.
Just double check, would Glint have been able to arrive at the bar, or is this during the candied apple purchase?
Oh, sure. That's absolutely, yeah. We'll say that you just got into, like, you're kind of walking up as he walks up.
Right, what did I miss? We have a letter.
Who would like to open it? Who would like to break the seal?
Hell, I'll do it.
Yep.
I don't care.
That's what we were waiting for.
All right. Ember, you open it up, and if you read it to the party...
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what. I'll send it to you, Ember, and you can read it to everybody. Because I think that's much more fun. Alright, coming your way on Facebook. You can be the orator. If Facebook will agree with me today. Okay, it's coming on Zoom. Because it's not agreeing with me today. God fucking, there we go. Come on, computer. Once you're done reading, I will post this. But for now... Oh, it's too fucking big for Zoom. Sorry, guys. Hang on. There we go, Eric. Okay, got you on Facebook in 3. Should be coming in now.
There we go.
Cool, made it. Sorry about that.
To the daring adventurers of the Aurora Concordant. First of all, bloody well done. Lord Excavator isn't exactly the kind of place one strolls into. So, the fact that you went down there and came back out in one piece is impressive. More than that, I hear you actually managed to do some good while you were there. That sort of thing doesn't go unnoticed. Percy and I would love to have you for dinner at Castle Whitestone, should your travels bring you this way. Consider it a small gesture of appreciation for your efforts and a chance for us to hear the tale properly, preferably over good wine, rather than some breathless messenger trying to get the details right. Also, it seems that one of you has made quite an impression. Zarvolg. I don't know what you did, but my youngest, Gwendolyn, hasn't stopped talking about you, which means I am now forced to invite you all, lest I endure weeks of hearing about the fascinating one with the horns and the ridiculous coat. You should know she's got an eye for charm, and she doesn't waste her time on people who bore her. Let me know when you'll be arriving. Though if you make a dramatic entrance in the middle of the courtyard, I'm assuming it was Zarvolg's idea, and act appropriately. Looking forward to it. Vexalia de Rolo, Coin Mistress of Whitestone, Baroness of the Albaster Sierras, wife, mother, and long-suffering herder of erratic adventurers.
All right, so we're going right after he was the thing, right?
And also sealed in with the letter is a teleportation sigil sequence. You can probably guess where it leads to.
Well, alrighty then.
I think we've been summoned. I think. Is that how a summons works?
This is definitely a summons.
Alright.
Well,
So,
you apparently have made a very favorable impression, Zarvolg, with the young Mr. Rolo.
Huh.
so it would seem.
Well, we should have something to take with us.
I feel like we have things.
Absolutely.
If we pop back to the bastion, I might have some of those bottles of lemonade we could bring. Yeah.
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
Oh,
Well,
it's perfect.
I mean, since we're down here in the dock ward anyway, let's stop by and see our gnome friend, and then we can head back to the bastion and arrange ourselves accordingly, and figure out exactly what kind of dramatic entrance do we want to have. Oh, Zarvolg the Magnificent.
Oh no. Do not rule number 3 her.
Well, in the meantime, why don't we go ahead and take our mid-session break? Back in 15 minutes, and we'll decide what we want to do with our time.
Awesome.
Very cool. Excellent. So, welcome back, everybody. A most auspicious invitation has been received. But you have a lot on your plate, so what is it that you'd like to do?
Are we planning on going to Whitestone at the tournaments tomorrow? Today?
It seemed like a today kind of thing. Just from what the message sounded like to me.
The teleportation circle making it incredibly convenient.
Yeah.
As a reminder, the message did say, like, let us know when you would like to do that.
Okay.
And Zarvolg, don't you have to be in the bastion to train for your event? Isn't there some sort of thing you get, but you have to be here so X amount of time?
Day after the tournament? I can.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah. We could celebrate the tournament.
We could celebrate the tournament in Whitestone.
And, you could
show up as the champion of Cord.
Exactly. Your little fan will lose her mind.
Oh, God. That's right. You have a fan now.
To be clear, it's not the actual tournament. I'm simply trying to qualify to make the tournament.
So you'll show up as the champion for
as the champion of Cord
tournament.
Like you'll literally be the champion of Cord.
Yeah, officially Cord's big cheese.
Yeah.
It does any kind of. So this involves children and his pride. So he's probably a little uncomfortable. And starts like darting his eyes into the corners. It might be exciting for her.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll send a missive. We'll send a sending. Can we do that?
Not instantly, but in short order, yes, I can.
Okay, well, it doesn't have to be instant. We just got the message today, so just to let them know that it'll be the day after it'll
be the 8th.
The brawl.
It will be the 8th.
The 8th.
Excellent. Yeah, I'll be sure to send it along come morning to the coin mistress.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Glint.
Thank you.
Happily.
That's so exciting.
Just to be clear, coin mistress, is that the lady that told us to spend all the gold that we got that we almost died for in Whitestone? Is that lady?
Oh, and in Amon, yes, that's Vexalia.
I could be completely lost. Oh wait, so we're meeting them in Whitestone though.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a history check if you want, Qiro, to see what you know about this coin mistress broad.
Okay. Okay, I wouldn't quite say. Yeah, you know what? No, that probably would be what she added in her moment. See, all of the girls today hate history. 7.
7. Name's kind of scratches your brain a little bit. You're not. She obviously she's some important hoity-toity, but like,
yeah,
you know.
Like, I've been to Whitestone. I saw the giant castle up on a hill business. Wasn't really interested in it, but it was kind of hard to miss.
Yeah, exactly. You might, yeah, you're like, I probably heard her. That makes sense. You probably heard her name come up once or twice in Whitestone, so it makes sense, but you don't know more than that.
I assume her personality matched the way that she sounded.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the tone of the message probably matched the lady that you saw there.
She's rather important. Definitely worth answering the summons.
Yeah, to be clear, folks, it's an invitation to dinner. It's not a summons.
Okay, we were all like, "What did we
just
do?"
want to be very clear. You guys are being invited to
one of the most
and,
famous people on the continent invites you to dinner. It is a summons.
Sure. I just, yeah.
It was friendly. It was friendly. It wasn't like a no, you need to get here now.
It was a friendly invitation.
If Michael Jordan's like, let's go get coffee, you're gonna go get coffee, right?
You're gonna go get coffee. That's fair. Michael Jordan might not think of it like that, but everyone else will.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, we would hate to disappoint Zarvolg's newest fan.
Absolutely. Exactly. I just gotta try to figure out what a good entrance is.
Didn't she say we can just walk in like normal people?
Well, we will be able to have the triceratops, but I feel like the magic carpet makes quite a statement, and it's quite impressive.
The question is, can we figure out between now and then where the circle is? Is it like on the grounds of the keep?
I will say that it does say like where the circle is. They're not just like, okay. Joke's on you! You're in the middle of a volcano now. Like,
where you drop it?
I'll tell you where it is. Give me a moment, and I'll give you a.
Well, it could be in Whitestone, proximal to one of the churches, or proximal to the Sun Tree, or it could be up in the keep. There are options.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it gets to meet her tree.
I'll let you know when I have it, but I'll say off the bat, it's not in like the castle. It's not like.
Well, I don't know, I was thinking, the courtyard, or something like that. Someplace that can be secured and watched, so you don't end up with misanthropes just popping in and doing bad crap.
It connects to the House of a Lawbearer, which is both the temple and courthouse of Whitestone in the city proper.
Well, that means we absolutely can fly in.
Yeah, you could totally fly in. Yeah.
I mean, I do still have the Cape of the Bat, so
you got fly on your new boots, dude.
Levitate, not fly.
Oh.
That's still pretty fancy.
I'm pretty certain it's fly speed.
It's just a one-off thing. You fly once, and then you're good for the day. But
it's like a sick leap. Yeah. You like Yeah, you like flash for 6 seconds through the air. It's cool.
Yeah, Iron Man.
It's a nice entrance.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, we just have to time it. We teleport in, we fly up high. Zarvolg can do the hero landing, halo jump.
Yeah. He'll have the Thor landing in Ragnarok on the bridge. Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Or what's her name's landing from Deadpool. I
Oh,
couldn't do a hero landing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad for the knees.
So bad for the knees.
Well, I'm going to go commit a crime against nature, so I'll see you in the morning.
Crime against nature, right. Oh, Ember, you said you knew the gnome that I mentioned.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to introduce you.
Where would said gnome be exactly?
Oh, she's down here in the dock ward. It's not far. It's just a couple of blocks over.
Well, that would be lovely. Again,
It'll be a first. Me bringing somebody there who isn't drunk.
I mean, she's not drunk. She's not drunk anymore.
Beverly in the corner is like, well, we could always try and change that.
Has Beverly had her tattoo yet?
Oh, I think there was a conversation about how like you could, but it wouldn't work because she's a changeling.
Yeah, she's a changeling, yeah.
Oh, that's right,
Like,
that's right.
She could change the pigment of her skin, so like it would be more like
on ceremonial occasions she could just do one.
Yeah, exactly.
Ceremonial occasions.
Yeah, it would just be like in a couple minutes of like pain. Actually, it would be like about a day worth of like stinging and pain for no reason.
Maybe if we got her like a little charm,
amulet,
for a necklace. Yeah.
I've never got a tattoo before. Don't think it would work. You know. What this was? I don't know what was in this drink, but I feel funny.
Oh boy. All right. Who's coming with me to get needle stabbed into your skin, and who's gonna watch Bev? Or
those things happen. I'll watch Bev.
I could come too. I could be there. I could be there to help. To help.
You and Stabby Needle. You and Stabby Needle right now don't seem like a good idea.
I don't. I wouldn't actually do it. I've never done the tattoo before.
Mm-hmm.
So I could just kind of like be there to watch. Just sit, just to help out.
Yes, you can absolutely go there to watch. That's
absolutely
that's fine.
Spiritual support.
Yeah,
I love having spiritual support.
I very much do enjoy it.
A very spiritual person.
You are.
Uh-huh.
Ember, where was that gnome? Where was her shop again?
Let's get Bev on the carpet so she doesn't have to walk.
That's even better than what my idea was.
That sounds like so much fun. We're flying right now. I want to fly. That would be so much fun. Let's go. Yeah. She like stumbles up, like kind of like knocks into the next table. It's like, yeah, I want to be the carpet sounds like so much fun. Let's do it.
We got the paladin drunk again. It's day drinking now.
Look, we've been through a lot. To be honest with you,
you were doing your thing, and you turned around. There was like 7 empty mugs around her, and she was like, "I tell you, I was under the city. There were big squids and stuff." And the guy across was like, "Oh, right."
Oh boy. She's having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Safe distance.
Ember will lean in
And once Bev is on the carpet, you don't have to be drunk. I saw Finch do it.
Wait a minute.
Oh, oh yeah. I never really learned the thing that Finch does, the lay on hands. I never picked that one up. Finch is really good paladin. I'm not, but I do
You're
have
plenty good.
Yeah, but Finch has got wings. You see the Finch? Remember when Finch has the wings out? They're so pretty.
Finch is an angel of Bahamut, so
Metaphorically
there
speaking?
is that. No, actually,
literally.
literally.
She puts her like hand on your shoulder, like she's drunk, so she's a little extra touchy. She puts her hand on your shoulder. She's like, "No, you should see it. Finch has got like a nice undercut, and then like when it's time for action, she puts on these big glowing big wings with feathers and white light and she platinum dragon, like, oh, so pretty.
Oh,
and she flies around and shoots bolts of light, and they're an angel.
Literally an angel.
Real angel.
So you were never blinded by the glory of Finch, Qiro. What a shame.
Sort of like a tiefling in reverse, like a reverse tiefling, not inside out.
I don't think that's human. I don't think this angel. Right. Sticking with that. Yeah. Okay.
Angelic.
Bahamut's bestest angel.
In Bahamut, a dragon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you wouldn't think Bahamut would go in for angels because Bahamut's a dragon, right? Angels are very like fluffy and like feathery and like So you wouldn't think it, but there they are. There they are.
And is this a like you get wings at some point? Is this just like a
No. Finch was born that way. But me, I could just look different sometimes.
Prophecy child situation.
Yeah, they're supposed to do cool, great things, prophet stuff.
Yeah, we parted ways so they could run a monastery and learn how to ride dragons. So sort of went above our pay grade.
So y'all kill dragons almost for a living, but one of you left the whole killing dragons business as an angel to go run a place and ride dragons. You know what?
Well,
I'm not even surprised anymore.
There's nice dragons and good and noble and virtuous dragons, and there's asshole dragons, just like people.
Exactly.
So we have an ice hole, yeah? Who is this white dragon asshole? Whom we have yet to skin, which offends me daily.
Right, you mentioned the skin in part. Revisiting that in a minute.
Yeah, Evane's more about the flesh of things. I'm always about the bones of the issue. It's different preferences.
Yeah, it's conservation though.
We really, we really use everything when we kill something. You know what I mean? Like we're not wasteful. Which is great.
It is.
I think the Wild Mother would like that.
I hope she does.
Has anyone ever? Never mind. Okay.
Do you want to see me make a monkey?
No.
Sure.
The giant.
I just need a brazier, maybe a torch should work.
I'm sorry. You're making. So now we're making monkeys out of fire. All right.
Well,
a fire monkey.
There's an owl involved. Don't worry.
Is the owl on fire?
The owl?
Some kind of charred chimp?
Like an elemental?
No. So Glint's going to take a moment and just pull Philoctetes out of his sleeve.
Hey, Phil.
The owl was in his sleeve?
Well,
Owl goes.
Oh god.
Right, I'm going to set you down here. Be a good boy. I need you to hold still, and I need you to have hands. You understand that, Phil? I need you to have hands. Good lad. Your sacrifice will be remembered.
Oh no!
Wait! Stop. Pause. I have to. Please don't kill the owl in public, please.
No. It's not. He's not going to kill. Richard, you're going to make Beverly cry.
We've known the owl.
He's not going to die. I'm just going to.
Beverly is like he was going to change his shape.
Yes, I'm just going to rip his wings off and give him little hands.
Please stop it!
You know what? I'm not the one making Beverly cry. I refuse to own that.
I was really excited about the monkey before. Now, not so much.
No, it's fine. He'll enjoy it afterwards. It's all good.
Ethically sourced.
Yes.
This is
my familiar. This is extremely
not Beverly at all.
There's a consenting party, my familiar.
It's an owl. I'm gonna consent.
Well, owls are very wise.
I am with Beverly on all of this. I am exactly where she is, Glint.
It's weird how he got kicked out of an entire continent earlier.
Look, I ripped my child out from the aether and shoved him into the form of an owl to start with. I can put him into another shape if I need to.
You're killing the owl, Glint. Don't try to dress it up with fancy words. You're
it's not. No, it's not. That's not what's happening. It's actually not what's happening. Why? Yvain looks at Glint. Why did you do this?
The monkey's very important, Yvain. It'll all come clear soon.
Make your baboon.
Okay, I'm going to start ritual casting Find Familiar.
Just cover Beth's
for
eyes
11 minutes.
so she doesn't have to see. I just reach over and cover Beth's eyes so she doesn't have to see.
I like this.
I'm going to, over the course of 11 minutes, painstakingly reshape this owl into a little baboon.
11 minutes?
It looks at you with its big owl saucer eyes. Whoever wants to look at it. And eventually,
my other hand, just no.
And at a certain point, the owl, in the brazier, bursts into flames, and Beverly goes, "Ah! Ah!" And stepping out of the owl and stepping out of the flames is what steps out? What?
Yeah, it's a little baboon. There's the R0 beast, which is applicable for Find Familiar.
This is a tiny creature?
Let me double check. It might be a small one, actually. Which, if so, pretty cool. D&D Beyond, Monster Manual. I don't like the fact that I'm shoving more intelligence into this animal's head.
That's the part you don't like?
That means next time it's far more traumatic to change its shape.
Baboons can be brutal.
Yeah, baboons are monsters.
Okay, so baboon is let's see here. CR0 small beast.
All right, beauty. Yeah, I would say medium is pushing it a bit. Because then you could just summon a commoner at that point, technically. Out of the flame, the flame sort of transforms into the shape of this flaming monkey that goes and then steps out of the flame. Do you want to describe what your baboon looks like?
Yeah, I like to think, given that Phil kind of had that ghostly, almost skeletal vibe, there's a bit of that fire taking on that ghastly, almost Halloween green, still flickering beneath its skin, and every now and again, that bit of luminescence lets you see the whole shape of the monkey skull beneath the skin. Very normal.
Incredible. This fiery furred monkey comes out, and every time the lightning strikes, you can see its skeleton through its flesh, and it's a very grim reminder of what's to come.
Now, I just want you to remind you all, this is a conjuration spell. Take that, conjurers. Who's fucked up now?
Oh god.
And Glint's going to start casting air bubble on the baboon.
Oh my god. You cast air bubble on the baboon. This bubble is going on. Beverly's like, oh no, what's going on? What do you do with your baboon?
Glint's going to take out the new bag of holding and just slowly open the flap. And you see this horrible yawning darkness within.
Beverly's like, no!
All right,
hugging Bev at this point. At this point, I'm hugging Bev because this is dramatic on so many levels. In the middle of the street, like, what is wrong with you?
You shove the baboon inside.
Yeah, now find a wall to hold on to. You need to use those fingers.
I need to use those fingers. Beverly just looks dumb. She's just like,
why can't we all keep our familiars out? Why can't you just keep your familiar out? Why does it have to be in the bag of holding?
Yeah. As you see this tiniest astronaut vanishing into the darkness of space.
I want you to roll me a d20, Glint. Just roll me a
d20. Yeah.
No. It can't. It can't be. It's not.
Sure.
Yeah. Let me look at this.
It's a 14.
Yeah, okay. Moving on. Cool. You're just what do you do? Is anything happen after that?
Not for about a minute.
Okay.
About a minute?
About a minute?
What happens after a minute, Glint?
Well, I'm going to find a nice place to sit down, and I'm going to start working on some magic, and Phil is going to be my eyes and ears in the void beyond. It's quite normal.
Is it though?
I like to think so.
So you're using him as like a scout through an interdimensional portal.
Mm-hmm.
Is that? Can you do that? Like you can still see through its eyes, even though you're not technically on the same plane.
Well, as long as I keep the lid open.
Oh, that's genius.
I just need him to be in range to transfer some magic that I'm working on.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's diabolical.
Thank you. I've been brainstorming this for a minute.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh no.
Phil, are you alive in there?
Nope.
Oh man, I might have found a hole in the plan, Glint.
Oh yeah. I don't
when
need
you
his sight though. I just need him to transfer a spell.
Yes. When you cast a spell with a range of touch, your familiar can deliver the touch. Your familiar must be within 100 feet of you, and it must take a reaction to deliver the touch when you cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
So it must be within 100 feet of you.
Yeah.
And that's in another dimension.
Yeah, that's the importance of the gateway being open in terms of the lid, I think.
Oh, okay, that's true. Okay, yeah. Never mind. We're back in line. We're back online. Cool. All right. Sure, yeah. We'll let her slide. Cool. And after you sit here for like an hour, right?
Yeah. Just start casting Glyph of Warding.
Everybody's like, can we go get it tattooed out instead?
Oh, yeah, by all means. I'll be over here.
It would be probably less painful than this experience.
Enjoy your tattoo. I'll be here.
I'll try. And you guys can all head on to the tattoo party. Go ahead and take inspiration, please.
Thank you.
So anyway, a very morose crew of individuals steps into this dockside, dank, dirty tattoo parlor, which really is just kind of like one room. It's roomy. It's not like cramped. It's not crazy cramped. It's a little spacious. But that's it. It's just one room, and inside there is this old gnome lady that has an undercut That undercut is clearly like would be graying hair if it had grown out long. But on the top, she has this like flopped over like over her head, like almost punk rock style pink hair. And this old gnome lady like covered in like she's got sleeves and is wearing like this like leather, almost like biker style jacket, and no shirt underneath. And this like old gnome lady is chilling there. She's super thin, and she has yeah, she seems to be the tattoo parlor around here. You come in, Ember, and she goes, Ember, so good to see you, honey. How you doing?
We're doing all right.
I haven't seen you in forever. For a second there, I thought you might have held down a party member for more than a fucking week.
Oh, we're always finding new strays. In fact, let
Well,
me
who's the
introduce you to the
newest
newest one.
stray? Yeah, introduce me to the newest stray, huh?
This is Qiro.
Oh, a pleasure to meet you, Kira. I love working on Genasi's. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I think that might be the first time I've heard anybody say that, but you look like exactly my kind of person.
All right. Well, hop in the chair. Do you want the second-hand needles or the fresh needles?
You know, I want it to stick this time, and I'm already doing bad enough. I'll take the fresh ones, please.
All right, there will be an extra charge of 5 silver for clean needles.
Right.
Alcohol ain't free. And she'll like basically like pick up. There's like a tray of needles just like scattered on it, like along with all the other like colors. And she just like picks one up and like runs it under some water, and then just takes this bottle of like clear, probably moonshine like liquid, just like dumps it over it a little bit, and then like has a little swig and kind of like does one of those and puts it down. She goes, all right, we doing the usual.
That and an addition. We'll do the usual one first.
All right, where's it going? You want a tramp stamp, honey?
Oh, thank you so much. No, I'm actually thinking on the back of my neck, but you were in the right area.
I'll give you a discount if it's a tramp stamp.
I'm thinking of something else going there, but thank you so much.
Oh, okay, we're doing a tramp stamp today. All right, never mind. Okay, I'll still give you the discount if you're still having it. If you're having the tramp stamp anyway. I love doing tramp stamps. I don't know why. I just love it. And she'll sit you down on the chair and like pull your hair up and whatever. And without warning, just starts going. And it sucks, dude. It's like right on your spine. That's right on the bone. That's ouch. So without warning, she's like, so where you from, honey? And just like, like nails on chalkboard stinging. As she starts like going to work on you. She knows the tattoo. She's done it apparently like going on 10 times now.
Weirdly nostalgic for Qiro. Weirdly nostalgic. Not to mention it, but like in one of the worst ways.
Yeah, I think Qiro is one of the adventurers who have come in here and receiving a tattoo hasn't been quite as reactive as probably the rest of you. Yeah, she does it. She'll charge you guys. She'll charge you guys like, this is a really cheap parlor. She'll charge you like 3 gold.
Oh gosh.
3 gold for it.
Oh, and then what did she say? She said it was 6 silver for a new needle, or was it 6 copper?
It was 6 silver.
Okay.
6 silver for a new needle and 2 gold for the tattoo itself. And in the end, yeah, she like finishes it and she goes, there, perfect. And you look at it, and yeah, it is a well done job of the usual thing. And she's like, okay, now I just got to set it. And she slaps you in the back of the neck.
Yep, there it is.
She goes, there, now it's set. Now it's a proper tattoo, honey. Congratulations. And she'll like put the plastic wrap on you and say, or this is medieval time. There's no plastic wrap. She takes like these leaves that's like basically medicinal leaves and kind of just like slops them across the back of your neck. Sort of like wet so they stick. She goes, okay, what are we doing next? There's another one.
There is another one. This one is a little bit bigger, and she'll kind of like look at everybody else and stick her hand out, kind of like the first time that you saw her summon the trident, and like she'll wait a second, just because like would hate for somebody to get skewered in here. Everyone, just like take 2 steps back. And then she'll summon the trident and kind of set it down on the ground and look at the lady and say, "Can you put that on my back?"
The lady's like on the floor, like, because just as a reminder, people don't summon tridents out of thin air on a daily basis. So this is
Ember will get the alchemy jug out. I guarantee you she's got a glass here somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll pour up a thing of beer. Some alcohol is free.
She goes, I like you kids. And she'll put her all back and all right. All right. Good. Ready for the next one. Okay, so what are we doing? A trident? We're gonna do a trident. Do you want the haft to like go down your ass crack?
That would be perfect, actually. That's exactly what I'm looking for. See, Ember, I'm so happy you brought me here. Because you can only there are certain you gotta go somewhere specific. There are only certain places where people understand, and you don't have to say it out loud. They just get it. This is one such place.
Go ahead and take inspiration for calling my raise.
Wonderful.
And she goes, I don't know what to say. I like this girl. I like her.
Thank you.
And she'll get out your bare bottom and start going to work. And we'll it'll be like a forked tramp stamp that will sort of like kind of disappear as it goes down.
Exactly what I'm looking for, actually.
Incredible. She goes, you know what? That one's free. That one's on me. I personally enjoyed that one. You could have that one. That one's on me. I've never done this sort of disappear. It was a pleasure to do.
You. I'm definitely coming back here.
I'll be so excited to see you again. Yeah, come back tomorrow. Come back next day.
This is going to be wonderful.
Bring your friends. If you run out of canvas, you've got your friends, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be seeing you. Is there anybody else who wants a tattoo today?
Anybody else?
What about you? She looks at you next. She goes, what about you? You want like a little flower or something?
Yeah, I got mine already. I'm good today.
Oh, come on. What about, like, I think you look really stunning with like a little neck sleeve. Like a little neck, like a really big one. In fact, a big neck sleeve. I think that would look very good on you.
You're not a whole sleep. Maybe some.
Okay, I don't know what you. I don't speak whatever that was. But yeah, whatever. Sure.
Maybe a little bit on the side, yeah.
Okay, all right. What are we doing on the side? You want like a feather? You want like a little flower? You want a little rain cloud?
Oh, I need something a little bit more intimidating, maybe.
Oh, intimidating. Okay, okay.
I don't really have a very intimidating presence. Maybe I need something a little bit, a little bit scarier when we're going around,
Might I suggest the face is a great place for intimidating tattoos?
Got point.
Well,
or if you want to start showing off the bust a little bit, you could do like you start opening your shirt a little bit, and I could do something like right between the tits, baby.
There's not much going on there. We're gonna keep it above the neck and above.
Okay. So let's do the face. Why don't we do the face? Why don't we do like really dark around the eyes and like we do some like fangs at the teeth or something? Give you like a sort of like a vicious raccoon sort of thing, you know? Or we could do like tiger stripes or something. What are you thinking?
I think I need to think on this some more, and I might have to range check you and get back with you on there. Because the face is a money maker. I can't be entirely intimidating. I need to be able to turn it on and off, right?
There's got to be a balance. Oh, hear me out. This is perfect. All right. You want to be intimidating? You don't want to do it on the face? Let me give you like a fake like scar across the neck, like you got your throat cut at some point and lived.
It's dramatic. I
it's
do like
dramatic.
the drama of it is
It's
fitting.
scare everybody. It tells a story, you know.
Rain check. I like that one better though. We gonna think on that one.
We're getting there. You come back to me when you've thought of it. When you come back to me, okay? Beverly says, "I want an owl. Can I get an owl one?"
Oh, Bev.
She's like, okay, sure, have a good chair. And Beverly's like, well, now I'm kind of scared. It's just,
you got
like,
this, Bev. You got this.
It's fine. It's fine. Come on. Get an owl. You get yourself a little owl. And she's like, can there be like its wings up and like a little moon, like the moon weaver's watching over?
Yes.
She's like, oh, I bet. You know what? Bring it back later. I don't like tattooing kind people.
She's had a rough afternoon.
But
she's all right.
We'll do this another time when you're a little less.
She's like, okay. Okay.
In Beth's defense, it was a very traumatic experience for everyone involved.
I wasn't ready. And you guys ship her out of the tattoo parlor. She's like, let me know. I do discounts for bottom of the foot too. And you guys leave. More pain, higher discount.
Oh no.
And yeah, you guys get out there. All right. Well, what's next for the adventures of the Aurora Concordant?
That's everything that I had on my list, and honestly, this day went way better than I was imagining when I had a headache this morning.
But how long did the tattoos take?
You're good now. Yeah. So you're sitting on this park bench, and your abominable ruins and magical glyphs are all completed.
Was it like a 1 hour tattoo, 2 hours?
I think I don't think it took an hour to do those tattoos, but we'll say there was enough talking that went on and ended up being like an hour.
Delightful. You see Glint just slowly reaching into the bag and pulling out the baboon.
And it rips off your face. No, it just kind of.
Oh, you did so wonderfully.
They're like, he's like, I don't know. He just kind of like it just like clearly doesn't know what to do with his arms. It's just kind of like he kind of like does this because it feels familiar.
Would you like a caramel apple? Oh, here you go, buddy. Yeah, you can hold it now. You're so talented.
This is the first time I've been an omnivore. And eats it up. And eats it up with delight and kind of has that sort of like hyperactive kind of like monkey kind of thing going on.
Delightful.
How was the tattoo?
It went wonderfully, actually. You almost convinced Bev to get an owl tattoo.
They wouldn't let me get the owl, and I was also scared.
Honestly, I would be in full support of that. Owls are majestic creatures. They're very stupid, but they're very majestic.
I thought you said they were wise.
We can go back and get when you're just feeling a little better, right? It's just a little weepy for it.
Sometimes an empty head is most open to the messages of the universe. Wisdom and intelligence are not always the same.
I don't know what your crazy wizard words mean, but
It's all right. Don't worry about it. What's done has been done, and I'll only have to do it another 5 or 6 times.
I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna go have a little tiny depression.
Should we maybe get Bev back to the house just to meet Chris?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think we should fly her back to the house on
I think that'd be too much
the
for
rug because I don't think she should be walking.
Oh yes,
I think it's nap time for Beverly.
It definitely is.
What she's doing right now is very difficult to call walking. It technically classifies, but
she can ride. That'll be fine.
Yeah, the board would have some issue.
We just tuck her onto the carpet next to Ember.
Yeah. She leans her head on your shoulder, Ember, and just kind of like just like little sniffles.
Oh
no. And you guys we fly back on a magic carpet ride. And yeah. And by the end, Beverly's like, wee! And you guys like you guys land. She's like, that's so I've always wanted to fly. It's so cool. I love flying so much. You guys get off, and yeah, like whoever wants to take responsibility, like tucks Beverly in.
Ember will get her poured into bed.
Yeah, she peels off the pieces of plate, just like doing like taking them off like that way, like you know,
like clanking around.
That's what unseen servant is there to help us do.
Yeah, she's like,
I have a spell for that.
Yeah, just like pulling the chain over her head, just getting stuck in it. She's like, she's like stuck in it. But she gets enough of the. She gets down to like the gambeson, and that's good enough. And she gets in bed and like, thank you, Ember. I feel so bad.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
And she's gone.
Look, poor Bev.
She had a rough day. She's a bleeding heart, that one.
She does. I'm assuming the rest of us hear all of the clanging that goes along with her waving her arm. I'm assuming we're all just like, okay, good.
I imagine you guys are at the door watching the most like shitty armor doff in history, just just reaching for straps and kind of like spinning around the room a little bit, trying to find. And she's like gets a little like from like too much spinning. But like if someone helps her, that's great.
I will help her. I will help her.
That's what unseen servant is for. I help her get that off, and then politely turn my back.
I'm just gonna kind of pick the pieces of armor that she flings on the floor up, and then just like set them on a shelf for later, because I'm sure she's back, right.
Her shelves are just.
She does.
It's just like various sections of the full plate kit, just like on different shelves. It's like just gonna wake up and be like, oh fuck.
I'm sure Qiro's putting things away wrong. She's just like, look, it's not on the floor. It's on a shelf of some kind. It looks like it goes there. I don't know.
She looks over at her armor rack and she looks over at her like bookshelf, and it's just like where's Waldo'd in to everywhere.
It's not on the ground.
It's not on the ground, exactly. And Beverly is brought to safe and comfortable rest in the end.
Adorable.
Man, I'm tired. That was a lot. It's a lot being a drunk. It's been a lot being a sad drunk girl.
Oh no.
They get very tired.
Very
they get very sleepy.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting. If you've ever been a sad drunk girl, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that was my first one.
Exhausting.
I'm going right to bed after this. I'm emulating Beverly a little too heavily right now. I'm gonna go have a nap after. 8-hour nap.
Zarvolg, don't you have to train for your trial competition?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you head down, Zarvolg?
Yeah.
You head down to go train. You go inside, and you'll actually see Cleve in there instead.
In our place?
Yeah, in your training room. He's sitting there
Come on,
with his like feet up. He looks at you and goes,
be in here.
Yeah, you are. You're right. Where the fuck have you been?
We had other things we had to do.
Oh, yeah? Busy guy.
I've got time. It'll be fine.
He like throws you a wooden sword.
It's like all unwieldy and unbalanced.
And he just like boom, like hits you in like the forehead with his while you're like getting ready. And you're like, ah, fuck. And he goes, I kicked your old trainer out of here because he's soft like you, Zarvolg. He like pokes you really hard in the shoulder. And he'll basically take over your weapon training.
All right. I was having a good day, but that's over now. So let's go.
Yeah, it is over. So Rashad Cleve will technically be your trainer going forward.
All right. Great. Because he's fun to have around.
Yeah, he's a fun guy. But hey, you can introduce him to the people. I don't think anyone's ever actually met Rashad Cleve yet, have they?
Oh,
No, we haven't.
So, right? He's only ever been at the God's Brawl, and I don't think anybody's ever come.
Nope. No one's come to any of my recitals. My family doesn't love me. That's what I heard.
Basically.
Rude.
They drop me off in the parking lot and then drive away until I call.
Not even that. They don't even pack your lunch.
Isn't that what
you have to call collect, right?
Boys will want?
So after a couple hours of Rashad Cleve kind of beating you up a little bit, providing you with his classic boot camp weapons training, he goes, all right, I'm not getting anything else out of you today, so I might as well just stop now.
All right, well, not that I'm happy to give it to you, but do you want something to eat?
I didn't think you would be a good host. Don't really give me that impression. Fine, I'll have some food.
Well, you can be civil and meet the others, or be on your way.
Fine, I'll meet them. See if they're providing you with anything worthwhile.
We'll take him up and introduce him around. I'm not sure. There's a possibility that Yvain's heard of him before, and I can't remember if Ember has or not.
I don't think I've ever met him.
I can't remember who I told the original story to. Maybe not everybody. At least Yvain, I think.
Yvain knows.
Regardless, you guys see this old grizzled hobgoblin. Basically looks like Zarvolg if he were like 30 years older. Or
old
maybe like 20 or,
like
25. Yeah, old man Logan, a little bit like 20. If you were 25 years older, and he is wearing like not to be a little too on the nose, but basically he's wearing kind of like samurai-esque kimono a little bit. The I don't know all of the terms for the wonderful clothing that they wear, but I'll post his picture and you can get a sense of like what he's dressed in. I'll post his handout in the Roll20. I'll post it for you guys because I don't think anybody's in there. Just as a reminder. But anybody who knows anything about hobgoblin culture, it's very traditional hobgoblin warrior culture is how he's kind of dressed up. And so he kind of comes in with Zarvolg and like looks around at you all as you're standing about. He kind of like elbows you, Zarvolg.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Be polite.
Right. Everyone, the Aurora Concordant. This is... And he kind of gives him like a grimacing side eye. The venerated Rashgra Cleve. My mentor.
And he'll look at you all, yeah. He doesn't say anything, he just kind of like looks
Pleasure to
around
make
at
your
you all.
acquaintance. Please, have a seat.
Can I get you something to eat, drink?
We have lemonade.
Yes, lots of it.
Sure. And he'll sit down. He doesn't put his hands on the table. He sits there. Goes. He kind of like looks around you and he goes, Zarvolg has talked a lot about all of you. It's good to finally put faces to names.
Yvain plops down right next to him, absolutely does put her elbows on the table, and says, "So I hear you slew a whole cave full of, like, what, hundreds of them? It was crazy. It was a hell of a story. I'd love to hear it from you."
That's what he claims.
Oh, this one is this is the witch you call her?
Yes, this is the witch.
Oh, you're referring to that sob story Zarvolg has told me plenty of times, but how I didn't adopt him on the spot.
No, I'm talking about a mine that you cleared out of, I don't know, cobalt or some shit.
Yes.
I know, you killed a lot of something, apparently. Goblin, sorry.
Yes, it was a slow day. It was, came to Stillbin, there was a cave-in. There were, goblins attacking one of the mines there, and they insisted that I accept payment for this job, so I did. And I went in for a couple of days and slaughtered some goblins and saved some people and came out in this. And he like looks at Zarvolg and he goes, so he has insisted upon stoking the memory of it. This dirty little hobgoblin child came up and insisted that I adopt him and take him under my wing and teach him how to fight the bad guys. And that's the whole story.
And so you did. What, 10 years later? Funny how code works, yeah?
Oh, more than that, yeah. No, you're right, about 10 years later, yeah.
It's good to meet you. It's good to meet you.
You're his mentor, his father.
What? No.
No.
You're not related.
No.
Really? He looks just like you in terms of demeanor and...
That's pretty racist.
They do, but...
It's not so much how you look, it's how you both...
It's the demeanor.
Right? It's the demeanor, actually. You know, when people are very much like each other, like when they're related or when they're in love and their faces start to do the same sorts of things.
Oh, come on.
I can see where he got the things from, where he does the bit where he stares off into the distance in his jaw clenches.
Oh, I do that. That's fair. Well, I don't want to, I don't know, praise my own tusks or anything, but I did get around the Lucidian coast in my youth.
Fair enough.
Who knows, you could be Zarvolg. Some tavern wench.
No, I'm from the south, you get.
Good.
Are you here to train with Zarvolg in preparation for the tournament and the selection, or simply dropping in to visit? Or
Yes, I have fired your weapon trainer because he is soft. And so I will be taking up, as usual, Zarvolg's training. And more importantly, hopefully teach him some discipline.
Yes, Rashgraw has been... I found him unexpectedly at the Temple of Cord when we arrived in Emon the first time, and have been so luckily assigned to his training since then. He took it upon himself to show up here today and commandeer my training prior to the tournament.
I am the one who's been training you all this time. If you fail, it'll dishonor me. So, I'm not going to have you slack off.
He's got a point, Zara.
Of course I do.
in fairness, I was supposed to be your last opponent, and I'm going to be so honest. No matter how nice you want to be, I don't know how much of a fight that was for you.
Oh, no, that's okay. That was simply, a little training, little warm up. Honestly, more than anything, it was so that before we went into a combat situation, we could see what you had to work with.
Understandable. But and Qiro kind of like swing over. She's still wrapping her head around the whole like both of you act the exact same, but okay, not dead, fine. And you're taking over his training from what now till he wins to be the champion of Hoard for the entire tournament. How long?
Until the Stormlord relieves me of the burden that is Zarvolg.
Oh, so you're looking for retirement.
Which I assume is probably long past due.
Yes, Zarvolg it is. But someone insists that I train you, so here I am. And you're right, dwarf. I am long past due for retirement. I would love some peace and fucking quiet one of these days, but I didn't exactly pick the god of peace and quiet in one of my youth. So here I am, going to die in battle.
Come on now, you don't put a prize bull like you out to pasture.
You're welcome to stay.
What was that?
To be working with training the young ones. No, but it's like a little love tap on the not a hard slap.
Okay,
like
I got you.
Like a little. I'm like, you don't put a prize bull like you out to pasture. Right, you got to train the youngins.
Like I said, I didn't pick the god of peace and quiet. If I don't die on the battlefield, it'll be terrible.
Trust me. If you're training this guy, you're on the battlefield.
Oh yeah, every day. Every day.
Stormlord sent me a storm, and it was not like a really cool, lightning empowering storm. It was more like an annoying drizzle. I intend to shape it into something more awe-inspiring.
A little more violent?
Perhaps.
There's more violent?
Oh, there's always
more. You were a little
violence.
bit more, but a little more edge to you, Zarvolg, when we first met. Now you're kind of nice.
Well, I will give you this. You have taught me to harness and funnel my aggressions and energy to a certain degree.
Good. I have been teaching Zarvolg the way of the samurai, which is a unique fighting style exclusive to the hobgoblins cultures of the south of the Ripponmus peninsulas, which has sadly gone amiss because of the people's thrall. He's sort of grumbling to himself. Anyway, not important. What's important is that you don't dishonor Cord in a couple of days. Or at least, if you are going to dishonor Cord, at least do the decency of not winning tomorrow.
Well, I'd rather see it go the other way, where we take the whole thing.
Yes, me too. Crossbows are such a modern weapon. I much prefer it if you used a sword.
I know. I've got, and he pulls out the sword, the gambler's blade, and he's like, I got this specifically because you suggested it.
Good. Yes, I am aware. This has been one of the nicest meals I've had. Thank you. And he'll stand up having completed his meal. And he'll say, I will see you tomorrow, Zarvolg. Do not be late, or you will do more push-ups.
Oh, yes.
Oh, would you like a room down here? We've got a spare. That way you can wake him up at the butt crack of dawn.
earlier.
Make a persuasion check, Ember.
Yes.
This is so mean.
Yes.
This is so mean.
18.
Let me roll. Let me roll the dice against it. he goes. He's like, he definitely starts off as like, no, and then you're like, you can wake him up at the crack of dawn. And then he kind of like looks at you, Zarvolg. Is there any expression on your face?
Oh yeah, no, I'm clearly, I guess probably, if anything, giving Ember the stink eye.
Oh yeah. And anyone else who's watching sees like an evil grin curl across Rushcraw's face, and he goes, "I will cordially accept for the next couple of days."
Oh, good. Grateful.
Oh, goody!
That's wonderful.
Oh, that is fantastic. You're such a pleasant gift.
You'll be so well trained for the tournament.
I have coffee on every morning. Feel free to come by anytime.
I don't drink coffee. It dulls the energy flow within our bodies. But thank you.
You apparently have not had Cuban coffee.
We can do tea.
Well, I am going to get some sleep to be prepared and energized for morning training. I will see you at dawn, Zarvolg. Don't make me come knock on your door.
No, I will certainly wake early knowing that you're here and ready to train.
And he nods, and he'll sort of bow to all of you and say, "Thank you for your hospitality," and will make his way down the hall. As he does so, Beverly's door open, and she comes out with like an empty glass and like sees Roshkron kind of like looks a little like she's like stumbling, so she's like a little like, Zarvolg?
You got so old.
Why are you so old? Roshkron's like, and he just like keeps walking, he just walks faster, he just goes to bed.
Keep going, old man.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So
Beverly just like turns around and goes back into her room.
I will say, before she closes the door, Qiro will use her create water for the day and just like make enough water that her cup is filled up before the door closes.
Incredible. And she doesn't even notice. She's still a little drunk, so she doesn't notice that it happens. But she goes back into her room and like behind the curtain, she's like, she's like, she can't recount how that happened, but she's not upset. Thank Bahamut, and she'll like drink it.
It is holy water. It sure is.
Holy water.
It sure is, Bev.
A miracle.
A miracle. Yeah, basically. It's a miracle.
She seemed like she needed water for various reasons.
She didn't need water. It's dehydrating to be so drunk.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm going to get back to work with my assistant. If you all need me, I'll be in my chambers, I suppose.
The monkey sort of like takes Glint's hand and kind of
still has the little air bubble on its head.
Yes, Nyx, the cat sitting on the table as the princess that she is, sort of like while everybody's distracted and talking, whatever, she like kind of cranes her neck over her shoulder and looks at you almost like judgmentally of your companions and the nonsense that happens. It's hard to register what cats look, but it's also hard to not take it as judgment because cats have those faces.
Nyx is just gonna be like, I like him, I don't know.
Who else but Zarvolg did he? And the cat will just sort of hop down from the table, kind of pad away. Probably
Please tell
towards
me,
your room.
please tell me there are bats in this house.
I don't think
Please.
so. I don't think those have been
There
installed.
aren't.
Those
Oh,
bathhouses. No, it's okay. If you guys would have had bats, you have bats. It's fine.
I was just gonna say, with how dehydrated she's been today, she just like sat in water. Like it went cold. It went so far past cold, but she was just like, exactly.
And as a reminder, well, and there's also like it's medieval times, so like I imagine like it works like it does where you like you bring the tub into your room and fill it with water, like heated water. But you guys are also magical. You probably just fill it with water, and then Ember walks in and goes and just like vaporize or just like superheats the side of the bowl and
That's so nice.
warms the heat and or whatever you prestidigitation, whatever. But yeah, so the point is yes, you have a tub. And yeah, the moment you get in that tub, it's like chills up your spine. Like it's just like your skin immediately feels like it's like you feel like you've been like a crusty and like sort of dried up, like dehydrated, like all the moisture's gone. You can like feel almost like your body like reinflating with like healthy water, and you're like, oh, it's just.
And this is why I hate land. This right here is why I hate land.
It is heaven. Oh boy. Wow. The sun is definitely going down. We'll say that that was dinner for sure. Excuse me. Is there anything else anyone wants to get done with today?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna work through what spell slots I can, which I believe with my 5th levels and a arcane recovery would be 3 5th level glyphs scribed into the bag.
Okay. Yep, you get that all done, no problem. The day goes on. Nyx, when you go to bed, your cat will be in her true form. And I was gonna keep that from you, Qiro, but the one normal creature is probably the least normal out of all of them.
It was a cat. I was assuming that there was something.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Everything else in this house is weird.
You see your cat, Zybilna, in the corner, and she says, well, Nyx, I think I've made up my mind. I'm going to settle in here for a while, I think. There's enough interesting things going on. Now, it can be fun. You got to help me figure out where I'm going to set up shop. Should I settle in the city? Or perhaps should I go back to my roots and settle in the forest somewhere?
I think it would depend on if you'd like to people watch or be a little more secluded and away from eyes prying.
I probably want to keep away from eyes prying.
Then your roots, the wildlife.
I suppose roots. Well, keep an eye out for forest for me, will you? I mean, I'll be with you. But it's always good to get a friend's opinion. So please let me know. Well, you're all having good fun. Are you having good fun?
Yes, I'd say so.
Good. Well, I'll be interested to hear about these Whitestone people. They seem to have some class about them, so we'll see. But anyway, let's keep an eye out because I would like to find a place to pitch my tent, if you will.
We'll find you a lovely spot.
Excellent, excellent. I think you'll enjoy that. And I'll tell you what, this is good. As a reward, perhaps I might reveal myself to your friends. Because it's going to be a whole show when I make my house, so they're going to have to see anyway at some point. So why not?
I think they may enjoy that. I think. What's not to enjoy?
What's not to enjoy? I'm very enjoyable. I like to think so.
The most.
The most. Indeed. Well, let me know if there's anything you need or anything that needs doing. I'm a little bored. I haven't been a cat for so long before, I don't think. I'm more used to chickens.
That's surprising, honestly.
My mother had a very deep aesthetic influence on me, I admit.
Oh, that does make sense, yeah.
Yes. Yes. All right. Well, back to being a cat, and she'll sort of like lean down, and all at once her hair connects with the rest of her body. She returns to her cat-like form.
That'll never be tiring. That's always going to just be so shocking to see.
Yes. And she speaks as a cat. She goes, "Well, if you wanted me to be another animal, that's more fitting, Nix."
I mean, I rather like cats. You're very fancy as one, honestly.
Thank you. I think it fits my personality.
I agree. I really do.
Hmm.
Maybe something bigger size, like a lion or something, might be as fun as well, honestly.
Oh, you want me to be a lion?
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you wanted to be, it'd be kind of cool too.
She goes, "I'm curious how you would explain to your friends that your cat is transformed into a lion."
I'm not gonna know. Honestly, yeah, we should keep it like this for now. Poor Qiro wouldn't be able to handle it, honestly.
Oh, that's a very good point. Actually, no. I'll save that in my back pocket because that sounds like fun. If it ever gets too boring.
Just mix it up every now and then. Surprise.
Exactly. Exactly. Anyway, good night. And she goes over to her cat bed and curls up and sort of like does the biscuits and then curls up and like goes to sleep like as a cat.
Oh my god, seeing an archfey.
Or let's
Like
be honest,
that.
she gets like in your bed and biscuits and like goes to sleep on your bed. And Nix, you look
Exactly.
over at your bedroll and you're kind of sigh and go over to your bedroll and goes.
Curling up
more,
not to disturb her.
yeah, like around her, so not to like you're like up against the wall like this. Like,
Right.
incredible. All right, well, I'll tell you what, guys, as the night calls to an end, if there's nothing else, we will end the session there. And next session, we'll definitely get to the Gods Brawl arena. We'll get to the big day coming up for you, Zarvolg. We'll see if you can defeat all comers and claim the title as the one who will represent the Storm Lord in the Day of Challenge.